Good morning, travelers, interlopers, traders, and farmers, explorers, bounty hunters, and pirates, and you strange glowing entities out there. Viking, Korvax, and Gek. May the Atlas allow my voice to fall upon every strange ear, and that this space transmission reaches every galaxy and dimension. This morning, we are broadcasting from the Euclid Galaxy somewhere deep in space. This is the morning show on Cobra TV. Call in and let's make contact. The song we're listening to has become one of my favorites. It is titled Sense of Humor from Max McFerrin. We're going to begin here shortly talking about all the amazing news. We're going to pick it apart. If you're from the Xbox community, we gladly welcome you to the simulation. Hope all my Cobros out there will help the Xbox community feel welcome and not fight. It's amazing that Xbox gets the chance to enjoy what we've been enjoying for so long. Oh, the hype is on, guys. The hype is on. And I'm not afraid. Not afraid. Everybody check the link in the description below and look for the portal repository. And share your portal address. It's an amazing site.
Cobra TV, make sure you tell them about the Convergence Cluster.
And tell me what to do. About to start the show. Everybody park your starships, gather around. We are about to have the Cobra TV subcast in the morning. All you Corvex out there, plug in. We are about to start. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming out to the Cobra TV live broadcast, the subcast here in the morning. This is supposed to be the morning show, but right now we're going to do the subcast, and we're going to scrap all the games that I was going to talk about for this morning. All the co-hosts, just Jared and Adam, if you can call in, message me on Skype, and we'll get you on just like as if it were the morning show. And everybody else out there, this is going to be a long podcast, long subcast. So if you want to come on the show, sorry, if you want to come on the show, please come on the show. I'm going to put a lot of things in front of you today. Some of these things you might not agree with, because I'm going to speculate hard. And I'm not afraid to do that at this point. I'm not. But first of all, I would like to welcome all of the Xbox One players to this community right here. The PS4 players that have been in this community, welcome you. We are probably the most friendly No Man's Sky community out there. Let me get it on the right screen here. All right, that'll do it. Let's hope we don't have any problems today, huh? But I do want to welcome all the Xbox One players. I was actually thinking about doing some basic how to get started in No Man's Sky, although it's not really needed. But after I thought about it, it might be a big mistake to do something like that, because of what I think this update is. And that's one of the things that I'm talking about speculating hard. I want to, Drunken Taco, how you doing? David Flynn, your owner, Johnny B, Brian Petro, the Geeky Pikachu, initiating speculation modules. It's going too fast. Not a vampire. Chris Creasy and Manuel, Genetic Code, what's going on? Everybody that's watching over on Twitch, thank you so much, guys. And everybody that came out here to YouTube, thank you. And later on, listening to us on Stitcher. PS4 and Xbox One player here. Yes, guys, I cannot stress enough. Welcome these Xbox One players if they come to this community with open arms. Help them. You see them in the comment section asking questions that normally you wouldn't think anybody would ask. Don't let them feel stupid. Don't, be condescending to them. Help them out. Show them how awesome we are here over at Cobra TV. Show them what a Cobra is. Okay? Show them what a Cobra is. A Cobra is somebody that will help another bro out, and no matter what part of the aisle they're from. So, welcome, Xbox One players. So I am going to put a few things in front of you that you may agree with or disagree with, and I want you to come on the show to tell me what you think. Let's see. So, first of all, put your seatbelts on, because for one, you're on a train. Right now, you're on a train. And I don't feel like I'm the one that's driving it. I feel like Sean Murray's driving the train, right? And I'm sitting right behind him, and I've got 5 seatbelts on. Not because not only because I'm on a train that's going very fast, but I've got seatbelts on because we're in for a long wait, guys. I want people to understand, and I know we're excited right now, but I feel like we are in for a long wait for this update, for next. Whatever next means. Okay? And the reason why I feel like we're in a long wait is because I think they're going to stretch this all the way out to the anniversary of No Man's Sky. Again, why not? We're almost there anyway, right? We are almost there anyway. So, with that said, it looks like Xbox One. Oh, we got a donation from LpoLi1622. Thank you so much. Here's my ticket. Money for the hype train. Choo-choo. Thank you, buddy. Hashtag Alan in the chat. Please, everybody. Hashtag that, bro. You're a co-bro, bud. You're a co-bro. So, okay. So, it looks like Xbox One is going to release before we get the update. Before we get next update. If I happen to miss somebody donating, guys, please let me know next time you see me looking at the screen here. Yes, I believe that next is going to come out August 9th. Now, that is speculation, but they said summer of 2018. Now, they're also stating that they're not really stating that Xbox One is going to be released before next, but it sounds like it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this article right here. And true, they need to give more info at E3 or GDC. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see something at E3. Even a representative of Microsoft, for crying out loud. A representative of Microsoft talking about No Man's Sky coming to the Xbox One. Serious. It doesn't even have to be Hello Games at this point. So, Golden Silver says, I hope it changes before this releases. Then I can have all my friends with me as we explore the universe. So, let's go ahead. I want to read this article here just real fast and kind of give you my opinion on why I think that this release, that Xbox One's going to release before. Wrong button. Wrong button. All right, we'll just keep it right here. We'll just keep it right here. Okay, so I had something set up, but to make the screen bigger, but we're having technical difficulties, so I'm a little bit afraid. I have worn my PC out here lately with way too many screens. I've had to restart the darn thing. The fans, I've got like 4 or 5 or 6 fans on this thing in the back here, and they have been running nonstop. So, yeah, Sean Byers, good point. 12-month development. Oh, my God, he says. Panda Poopy, what is going on? We are going to be taking some calls here in a second. I want to go ahead and do a rundown on some of the things that I've got written down here, and then that way you could come on and you could talk about it. But what I'm about to do is I'm about to read this and say, ooh, we are running slow on our PC. It's all right. We'll make it through this somehow, I think. Okay, so the 505 Games article says 505 Games to distribute the Xbox One retail version of No Man's Sky worldwide. Now, that is the key point right there. Retail version of No Man's Sky worldwide. What we have now, I believe, is what they're saying. We're excited to announce that 505 Games will distribute the upcoming Xbox One edition of No Man's Sky at retail worldwide. Inspired by adventure and imagination that we love from classic science fiction, No Man's Sky presents you with a galaxy to explore, filled with unique planets and life forms, constant danger and action. In No Man's Sky, every star in the light of a distance is a light of a distant sun, each orbited by planets filled with life, and you could go to any one of them you choose. Any of them you choose. Fly smoothly from deep space to planetary surfaces with no loading screens, no limits. In this infinite procedurally generated universe, you'll discover places and creatures that no other players have seen before, and perhaps never will again. What's more, Hello Games are working hard on the next step for No Man's Sky, a free update coming 2018. For more information, blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like they're going to be releasing Xbox before next, because they're talking about the retail version. Then it says, what's more, Hello Games are working on the next step, unless they wait and release it all together. But I don't think so. Okay, so and let me elaborate a little bit further. So if we go down here, okay, we're going to play this Sean Murray's little ad here. I might have to close some windows. Let's close some windows here real quick, if we have the opportunity to do so. It's starting. That's all right. We'll go back to it. All right. So maybe that will help things out, because we're in some big trouble here. I don't even know if I'm still live. Am I live? Yes, we're still live. Okay. All right. We're going to fix this. It's Cobra technical difficulties. Oh, boy. There we go. All right, pause. Okay, so it says free update for existing players. Okay, so that is a clue that Hello Games is now at the point, I think, where they're going to be charging DLC. And I think that if people buy the game now before next hits, they will be able to get next for free along with their purchase. So us PS4 players, I don't think, we're not going to have to pay for next. And I think if Xbox One releases before next does, and they purchase it now or as soon as they can before next, I don't think that they're going to have to pay for next. But I think as soon as next is released, that will be a paid DLC. That's one of the things I want you to come on and tell me if I'm wrong or not. Okay, so it says here, does not look like the retail version of Xbox or any format will come with next. But after it's released, all new purchases seem to maybe have to pay for next if you purchase it afterwards. So what does this say about next? Let's go back to the chat. I want to see what you guys are saying. Cobra, upgrade your potato, man. Well, there's a Patreon account. Head on over there, buddy. Help me upgrade the potato. Boom. Otherwise, leave my potato alone, man. So, okay. So what does this mean for next? Is this a complete overhaul of No Man's Sky? And what I mean by that, is this so much of a change that instead of calling it No Man's Sky 2, that they're cleverly just calling it Next? Is the game changing so much that it's literally considered a sequel? Abram, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? Oh, I missed a second donation. Oh my God, who was it? Hashtag him. EasyG, hashtag him. He says existing players, meaning people who have the game, updates are free, but you have to have the game. No, existing players now before Next is released. Otherwise, why even say that it's unless you could purchase Next without No Man's Sky? I don't know. But definitely come on the show. Call in. I am super sorry for missing whoever donated. Whoever it is, you're a Cobra. Please, guys, hashtag him. If he had a super chat, could you please let me? I don't have my. I don't want to open up any more windows so that everything's going to crash. I think everything is going to crash. We're going to take some stuff off the screen. Uh-oh. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so the chat's been recovered. I'm so sorry, guys. I really am. Alan Poe, hashtag Alan Poe. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. You're a Cobra. So next, I mean, are we looking at a complete overhaul that could be considered a No Man's Sky 2? Is the game changing so much that we, as players from day one, probably wouldn't recognize it? Another cool thing to sit there and kind of speculate on is the rocket sounds that we hear in the ad. Thank you, Alan Poe. You're a Cobra, buddy. The rocket sounds that we hear in the ad are not sounds that we hear in the game. They're super realistic, and it's amazing. It's amazing sounding. Definitely Paul Weir at work there. And what is even stranger is the Wear logo that is appearing at the bottom of the actual ad. So the Wear was a lore website that was released for the ARG, and now here it is appearing at the bottom of the ad. So I want to get your your opinions on that. But I guys, I'm telling you, this update is the update, the update. This is the big one. You know how they say in California, this is the big one. This is the big one. We have technical difficulties all over the place, and I really apologize. I don't know what's causing it. Yes, but why would they say this update is free for existing players? That's what my cell phone service says when they come out with a special deal. That I get it just because I'm an existing customer. You see what I'm saying? Cuzwalt, yes, big shout out to Cuzwalt for joining the Patreon. I think as soon as Next drops, everybody afterwards is going to have to pay. Not us, of course, not us. But if Next drops, we're all having fun with Next, and you buy it, I think you're going to have to pay for it. Otherwise, why say existing players? It's free for existing players. Let's go ahead and get on the show, though. Let's talk. Chris,
Hey,
what's going on,
can you
buddy?
hear me?
I've got some major technical difficulties over here.
Oh, you should probably just close that one window that has that Xbox Wire website on there.
Oh, you think that's it?
Might be, yeah. Could have a lot of data on it. Looks like it's got a bunch of ads. I'd close that one. And while you're at it, you should pull up the No Man's Sky website because there's a new blog update that Sean posted. I don't know if you read it yet or not.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you should put that up there because that made me feel kind of overwhelmed. It's a little bit like it's a direct message from him. It's pretty cool.
So let me get your opinion on a bunch of things that I've already mentioned. Why do you think that they had to stress that for existing players that this is a free update?
I'm on the same boat as you. I think obviously it's got to have something to do with multiplayer, right? So I'm thinking that you know, like we're already in the club. You know what I mean? Like I think we're going to be part of this update for free, just like all the other ones. But I think there's something else that obviously we have no idea what there is, but there's got to be something that has to do with some sort of multiplayer thing where it's gonna, you know, it's like for example, like open betas or something that turn into full games. If you if you're in the open beta, then all of a sudden you get the free full game, but other people will have to purchase it. I'm feeling kind of like what you were saying, that this might be part 2. You know what I mean? Like No Man's Sky 2.0. So I'm leaning towards that.
I am too, man. I mean, I think that's why it's called Next. Like this is the next, you know, version of No Man's Sky, and they didn't want to call it No Man's Sky 2 because there is no such thing, because it's a persistent universe. It's a universe that is always going to be there, even though they do change it from time to time. But you can kind of attribute to some of that as the Atlas just messing things up. But yeah, I think that's why maybe we're not talking about paid DLC in the future. Maybe this is just a new game. Not a new game, but a new overhaul of No Man's Sky.
I'm wondering about that too, because like obviously it includes, you know, Foundation, Pathfinder, and Atlas Rises, right? So it can't be too far off unless they add some sort of new game mode that's like its own online play, you know? Like I think that would be the only way that that they can pull this off with all the other game modes and give it a very huge overhaul. But I'm leaning towards it's got to be some sort of multiplayer mode, you know what I mean? Like, and not just the way we are now. I think they could probably keep what we have now with, like, you know, little improvements, us still being Wisp corporate mode where we have, say, character customization stuff. I don't know. It's all speculation, right? Like I was so hyped to find out what was going to happen this morning, and then it all just came out, and it was just like, oh, and we still don't even know what it is, but it was awesome. But yeah, you should check that out and read that because it's okay, awesome.
Yeah, I got it pulled up here. It says, hello, everyone. Our small team is working our socks off on the future of No Man's Sky, but we wanted to share some news from behind the scenes. Our upcoming update will be called No Man's Sky Next, coming summer of 2018. Really thanks to the amazing community, each update for No Man's Sky has been more successful than the last. Atlas Rises, our most recent update, was especially so. That represented a real inflection point in the legacy of our game. This team has never stopped running at sprint pace over the last few years, so perhaps it would have been tempting to stop there. Surprisingly, though, it had the opposite effect on us. It emboldened us all to go further and faster. We called our upcoming update Next because it's an important next step on a longer journey for us and the community. It will be our biggest update so far and something we've been working ridiculously hard on. This will be free to existing players and will continue to support No Man's Sky in this way for a foreseeable future. No Man's Sky is also coming to Xbox One, which has long been hotly requested by patient Xbox One fans. The Xbox version will come with Foundation, Pathfinder, Atlas Rises, and Next from day one. Oh, okay. In 4K and HDR for Xbox One X. We are also bringing No Man's Sky to WeGame, the Tencent Chinese platform. Since Atlas Rises, China is now our second biggest region for players, and we are delighted to be able to support our Chinese players further. We know that there is a lot of hunger out there for news and updates on No Man's Sky. We appreciate your patience, and we promise we are working hard to reward it. Thank you so much, Sean. Wow.
Yeah, that made me feel overwhelmed when I read it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, it feels good, to finally hear from them and to see that, they're working their butts off and they haven't stopped and they're more motivated than ever,
Right. Wow, bigger? Man, my computer's messing up. Don't understand why. Maybe it'd just be safer if I just take my camera off. So bigger than Atlas Rises. You know how big that was and how overwhelmed we were when that came out? So this is bigger than Atlas Rises.
Well, it was huge. It was everything we wanted and more, and everything that they wanted to do with the game and more. They gave us more than we wanted. And what, I don't even know what there could be now. Like, I can't even fathom the extent of where they can go besides, making us see each other and being able to shoot each other, or, everything else it's so far-fetched with speculation. I can't fathom it. And I'm now more hyped to be very surprised.
Right. Sorry, I'm sitting here trying to clean up my task manager.
Yeah, the chat was lagging a little bit, but I think it's going good now.
Is it okay?
It's hard to tell, though. I'm watching from my PS4, so.
All right, we got Panda. Panda, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Cobra?
Nothing much, man. I'm super excited about this No Man's Sky Next. I've stated what I think it is. I think it's essentially No Man's Sky 2, a complete overhaul, but it's the same game. So really saying No Man's Sky 2 is kind of redundant, and maybe that's why they named it Next. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I think that they may end up treating it like Elite Dangerous treated the Beyond update. So for players that already own No Man's Sky, it'll be a free update, but maybe they'll view it as an expansion. For people that aren't currently owners of the game, that they have, it's like a DLC. I don't know. I'm really unsure about it.
Huh.
I hope it's free just for everybody.
It will be. It's just really strange how they're saying free for existing players.
I think the emphasis on free might just be to remind people that, like, they've been dedicating resources to continuing developing on this game, and they've not charged any DLC or for any update. And so they might just be emphasizing that point. What I'm the most stoked about is, one, we kind of have an idea for when they want to release it. So it's a big sigh of relief for people out there that are guessing, and then just hearing from Sean Murray's extra special as well, especially in this way, and so much communication.
Right.
So I'm really, I'm super excited about that. Are you excited to have a whole bunch of new Xbox people on your subcast in a couple of months?
Oh man, I tell you what, I am super excited. I have always wanted people who own Xbox to be able to play this game. I've gotten so many comments before saying, man, I wish this game was on Xbox. I don't want to buy a PS4 just for one game. I just don't want to do it. And I've seen that over the years. And now it's a reality. Now they're going to be able to play it. And I just, that tickles me, dude. That makes me so happy for a lot of people.
Oh yeah. And what I'm especially excited about is that, the reputation is we've all known that they've done everything possible to sort of reclaim their position in the video game industry and in their public life. And people have always been kind of hard on them. And so the fact that this game has been accepted by Xbox, the fact that he posted on the Xbox website about the game coming, the fact that they've got 505 Games as a major retail distributor for the game, that they're opening up these new markets and platforms and working with all these different companies just goes to show that there's no signs of stopping, that Sean Murray has his mindset on, sort of turning this game into everything that everybody hoped that it would be and advancing it. And it's just really exciting. And he's going to have to promote this. So I think that we're going to start to see more articles about Sean Murray or from Sean Murray, and we may even start seeing some interviews. Yeah. And it'd be really exciting to kind of see how that goes as well. That's really what's got me excited, is we finally get to hear from him and possibly even see him now. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm super excited, man. Super excited. Yeah, you're right. He is going to have to promote it. We might see him on IGN talking about it coming to Xbox One. That'd be amazing.
I'd love to see somebody do a documentary, because it's been through so much, and now it's about to peak out at its most prime time when it's releasing on new systems and with a huge patch. This is clearly going to be a big one, right? And it's now's their time that they can come out and not be afraid. There's still always going to be those people, because I was reading through all the articles today and all the stupid comments are still there. And, but there's all those other people who are like, even new players, like, oh yeah, no, I checked it out and it's actually really good now. And it's like, see, like it's drawing a new audience. So hopefully this will do that, and they'll, be able to talk to us some more about it and go behind the scenes. That'd be great.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Super excited about it. We got Explorer on the call. How you doing, bud?
So, man, it's the first time on the show. I'm very excited about the new No Man's Sky next update.
Yeah, what do you think it entails, dude?
I think it's a complete overhaul, like you're saying.
Yes.
I think
I was hoping somebody would agree with me.
Yeah, man. I think they're going to be. They optimized everything. I think even how when we go to bases and if the structure's too big, it's laggy. I have a feeling that they fixed that. They optimized that, so there's no lag.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, that's my opinion, but
I really hope so. Because
yeah, man.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. I mean, it goes away after a little bit, but it's a little annoying.
Yeah. But I think they're going to add a lot more assets to the game, so there's going to be a lot more different objects. Hopefully, maybe the worlds will generate, because they're going to have to reset some stuff, I think. But maybe the worlds will regenerate to look more like the original No Man's Sky trailers, or even better than that, with larger trees and things like that.
Yeah,
I personally think that from a terrain perspective and just the way that things look, and I might be the only one out there that thinks that, but I think the game actually looks better now than what I remember seeing at the E3 trailers. Personally, I think textures look better, surfaces look better. I want to see more physics-related stuff, more flowing liquids, like rivers, streams, things that move. But as far as how the game looks, I think they're kind of locked into. I don't think it's going to look much different. It's just going to perform a lot differently.
Yeah. We got our chat back up, and I see EZG saying Add LpoLi1622 Sword and Durgan have donated a little while back. Guys, I want to thank you so much. You're a Cobra. I did not see it because the chat, there's something, everything is going wrong here in the Cobra lair, the Cobra studio. Everything's breaking. So I do apologize.
Your Corvex machine.
Yeah. So I apologize for that, guys. We're going to get many people on the call here as possible. I want to, get your speculation on next. I want to get your, excitement about the Xbox One players. and I can't wait to see them, come by excited and, starry-eyed. And, man, it's so many more people to be excited about Next 4 now. So many more people.
Exactly.
It also said on that website that it'll release on the Xbox day one with Next. So whenever Next hits, then that's when the Xbox will get released as well,
right.
or maybe just shortly after.
Yeah, and after reading that blog post over there, now I can see that. But 505's made it sound like it was going to come out before.
Yeah,
Next.
it was kind of unsure. Like, because they could have done that. They could have released it and then dropped the update for everybody at the same time. But this seems like a full package deal.
Right, exactly.
I think once we know when the Xbox version launches officially, like the date, I think that will be the overall date for the next update. I think it's all going to occur on the Xbox release day. That it's officially available to those players. And I did want to mention that also we all found ourselves or found each other during a time of negativity and a lot of things happening in the No Man's Sky community that weren't good. And we created our own positive atmosphere. And let's just make sure that whenever these Xbox One players jump on, that we really bring these guys over and recruit them and get them into this community before a lot of the negative Nancy's and naysayers get their hands on them and give them a friendly place to express their ideas and opinions about the game.
I agree, man. I agree. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of people trying to get on the show. I'm overwhelmed at the moment.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Hop on the hype train. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo.
All right, you know what? I'm just going to overload it. Just start bringing people on like every 10 minutes or so.
Cobra, you read something about from one of those websites that you were looking at about how you can travel from deep space seamlessly with no loading screens and land on a planet.
Right.
Do you think that the word deep space was telling in the sense that we don't make planetfall from deep space now? We're within the solar system when we go on a planet and land on it. Do you think that means that they're going to sort of remove the skybox?
It's possible. It is definitely possible. I think the entire article over at 505 is telling because everybody knows. We got a donation from Cuswalt. Thank you so much, buddy. You are a Cobra. Excited for the Xbox community to join the No Man's Sky realm. Welcome to the simulation, Xbox. Welcome. You're a Cobra, bud. Thank you, Cuz. Okay, so I think the whole article over at 505 is telling because everybody knows what Pol donated. I can't get through this. Thank you so much, buddy. You are Cobra. Oh my God, Pol is a long-time viewer, long-time subscriber of the channel. Good to see you in the chat, bud. Big shout out to #Pol. Okay, so what was I saying? 505? I think is very telling because everybody knows how the launch went, right? About all the missing features, about how everything looks the same and stuff like that. Well, in that article, it was bragging about not seeing creatures that anybody else has ever seen. So if you're writing that article, you're writing about something that people complain about, right? So that's another reason why I think that No Man's Sky Next is a complete overhaul. And I think the 505 article is pretty telling.
I feel like in all of these statements, there's a lot of clues. And obviously, Sean Murray's learned his lesson from 2016 with regard to making specific statements. So I think that he's going to be sort of vague throughout this whole process so that players can be really surprised when they see what they've got in store for us, though. And I like that. So.
I agree. Totally agree. We got Snow. The Geeky Pikachu has joined us. How you doing, bud?
Hello.
How you feeling today, man?
Yeah, a little tired, You're
a little tired? So what do you think about the news? Are you excited?
You bet. You totally bet.
You know how to contain it very well, man. Are you excited? You bet. I sure am. So, what's in the name? You know, I mean, what do you think next truly means?
I'm not sure, actually, but I do know that if the update comes out, or sorry, not if, when the update comes out, I know it's going to be just huge, considering the time has been gone into it, and in my eyes, I think that the update will be a huge overhaul of the procedural generation, the flora, the fauna, hopefully the sandworms too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sandworms. Got to get them
That'd be
sandworms in
great.
there, man.
And hopefully, we'll actually have some new enemies to fight instead of having to fight those sentinels all the bleeping time.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Good morning, Infinite Lightning. How you doing, buddy? So, are you prepared? Everybody that's on the call right now, we're going to get some more people on, but are you guys prepared to wait until August 9th? Because that's my speculation.
When August 9th comes, I'm not going to be playing anything else until I have thoroughly gone over the entire game.
Now, what's interesting, guys, is there's another thought process to the speculation on when, and the 1.5 could still be a date. It could still be May 1st for the update, and that is technically, isn't that summer?
No, it's
It's
still
definitely
spring.
summer.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
that's summer.
I thought June, July, and August was summer.
Summer in the UK starts in May, I believe. In that region of the world.
I don't think we'll be getting it in May though. I think June earliest. I think I'm just gonna stick with August. If we just shoot for August, like we're gonna wait till August. And then if it comes sooner than that, woo, awesome.
Right.
Maybe the
Yeah, I
15th
think it's
of
safe
some
to
months.
just prepare for August 9th. It would make sense because it's summer. It's the anniversary. It's bigger than Atlas Rises. Atlas Rises was so big that they wanted to wait until the anniversary to release. So I think if this is bigger than Atlas Rises, then I think we're looking at an anniversary too.
I guess we'll be able to find out too if stores eventually, say this is when the game's coming out on Xbox. Because if they're shipping retail copies, eventually some store is going to say, "Oh, this is when the date is." It's not going to be like they're not going to tell us a week before it comes out into the store. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they can do that.
Yeah, Just Banter and somebody else was saying that Yuta Revlon is saying that that June is summer, not May.
I was just reading it. Yeah. June is. I was wrong. June is the start of summer, and it ends August 31st.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's called alternative facts. All right, it's alternative facts. That's been the truth to our will. So yeah, I'm throwing my chips in for August 9th. I think that's what it's going to be. So I think no matter what the poll says on Twitter, I think it's best if we go ahead and do the No Man's Sky Con just before August 9th. What do you guys think?
I think you could probably do it earlier, maybe June.
You think so?
Or July.
I feel like if you wait until the update, then I don't know. Like, you can if you want. You could do the June would be. I feel like it'd be a fun time.
Because whatever date we pick, we're gonna kind of have to hold it to that date every year. So maybe you're right. Maybe we're going to see a big update every anniversary from No Man's Sky, right? So maybe we do the No Man's Sky Con over the interwebs a month before the anniversary. So that way we've got something exciting to look forward to a month before the anniversary, and then all of a sudden, bam, big update. Yeah, I'm super excited. We got John. John, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Cobra?
Not so much, man. Happy to have you on the show, dude. What brings you on today?
I'm just so hyped for this, even though I know there's going to be a wait. This is just really big. It's refreshing to to get, news kind of in a more traditional way from, Hello Games, every once in a while. I love Waking Titan, but this is awesome, and I'm excited for the future of this game.
It's interesting where he says it was about to leak. I think that Wii game, the Tencent site, maybe was getting ready to post it, or maybe Xbox or Microsoft was like, look, we're not going to hold this back. 505 is going to write an article. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, probably. Oh, but I was reading an article that Sean, he wrote on the Xbox site as well. And he said something along the lines of, he wrote, shoot, I forgot. I'll look for it and try to bring it back up a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely. I want to hear that. So Naughty Hill, Cobra TV, why the early ARG now? Well, the ARG's actually been running. I saw a lot of weird comments saying at 11 o'clock BST is when the ARG is going to start up. No, the ARG has been going already. It's been going since December. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I think I see what he means. It's like, why do the ARG when we're so far away from August 9th?
The
true.
ARG gives us something to do and just gives us lore that may become important in the next update. No pun intended.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I think that the ARG, its purpose, aside from previewing an update, is that it fills in a lot of like lore gap. It's the origin story of the No Man's Sky universe and of the Traveler and all that kind of stuff. So it serves two purposes. They've been using it to indicate updates, but it's also a story that people who want to participate are learning about the No Man's Sky lore. So I think that's going to continue, and I like that it's there.
Yeah.
Plus, I think that they're gonna change it a little bit, because if you notice that Where website, it's promoting a lot of indie developers that maybe is part of the labs, the Hello Labs program that help promote indie developers and help them, to sell their game and stuff like that. So I think that Waking Titan will kind of shift to that as well, and the Where website may shift and evolve into that. I think it's all, on that Where Discord, they gave away game licenses yesterday.
Yeah,
for a couple of those indie titles.
Yeah, and what's strange is Where started out as an ARG piece, and it's weird that that's still what it seems like to me. And it's on the bottom of the advertisement of the No Man's Sky Next ad.
I kind of think it was like an inside joke thing, like an inside thing for people in the know, that they put that at the bottom of the trailer.
You think so?
Yeah. A little bit. I think it might relate to something to do with the update, but I think it's really for people who know what that is.
Yeah, and for people that don't really know, they'll be like, what is that symbol? Because there's a few, because as soon as they released this at like 6 a.m, there were so many articles posted right after.
Yeah. And
there was a few people that mentioned the ARG and that Where website. There's links to it and stuff. And I was reading some comments on some of the websites, and people are like, oh, what is this Where thing? Like, do you have to translate it? And like, so it'll get people within, like new people drawn into like Xbox players going into this ARG, which is really cool.
That's going to confuse a lot of Xbox One players.
I think that Where website is part of Hello Games. Like what I mean by that is like, or at least Allison Smith, because if you guys remember the eTark, whenever eTark was up, the Edison Township radio, whatever it was, people thought that that was like a legitimate like forum for like radio enthusiasts, but it turned out that entire website was built for the ARG. And then as soon as that part of the ARG was over, they converted it to the CSD forums,
right?
or No Man's Sky. So I think that Where is part of that same thing, that it's just what it needs to be right now for the ARG, and then in a later step, it'll become something else. I think that there's a reason why that logo was incorporated on that page.
It's either that or some early dual marketing for whatever game that is under Hello Labs.
That's very true.
So I looked up that article, and it's the last sentence. And this is written by Sean Murray himself. It says, "Next has a lot we're going to surprise people with, and I can't wait until we can share more." So like the fact that he says it's going to surprise people, that is what's exciting.
That's something that Sean Murray's completely against. He's against hype. He's got this long interview. I can't remember who did the interview. It's a video interview where he talks about how hype is dangerous. And for Sean Murray to come out and say something like that, man, this is something truly remarkable that we're waiting for. We got two new callers on the show. We got Aaron and we've got Austin. How you doing, guys?
Hey there, Cobra.
What's going on, community?
Not that much, man. About ready to hold our arms wide open for some Xbox One players.
Heck yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want you, let's start with you, Aaron. What do you think about all this? What do you think about the Next? What do you think about, the release date, which I'm speculating is going to be August 9th? Where do you stand with all this?
Well, I mean, holy cow. I think the next couple of months are going to be absolutely crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I also think that as they've said in their email, they've been hard at work for a year. And that's a lot of material. And I don't think any of us have any clue as to how much that they've actually done. That's for sure. What they're actually going to present to us is just like with Waking Titan and Atlas Rises. When they actually presented it to us at the end, we were like, okay, had no idea this was coming. I think we're about to have our pants blown off. I do think we're getting VR. I think that's a small thing. I really do think. I mean, there's so many things that point towards VR. So I believe that that's going to be part of the package. But what you were saying is a complete overhaul. I agree. I don't think the game's going to change much, but I think it's just going to be like everybody's talking about running water and I think volcanoes and all. I think you have to include all of that in the package. I think at this point, because they've been working so long and they've been listening to the community for so long, because he even said in his letter that his last line says something about, actually, let me read it real quick. He says, that we have been listening and we are aware that you guys are basically wanting us to say hello. We're going to reward you and your patience. But I think that's also a way for him to say, we're not going to say anything in the future. You need to be patient because we're working really, really freaking hard. And we're not going to break our pact that we've been doing. We don't really communicate, and that's the way it's going to be. But we're going to reward you for your patience. And I think I think you're right. It is going to be probably August 9th.
Okay. Yeah, I really think so. What about you, Austin? I'm inviting someone on the show real quick because he works at GameStop and he said he wanted to say something. So we'll see. But Austin, what do you think?
Sure. Well, I think we're looking at an overhaul coming up. Anytime they do even the most recent updates, they overhauled everything. So we saw the proc gen changed all of the planets, the fauna, the biomes and everything. So I definitely think we're in for an overhaul. I'm on my lunch break right now, so I can't stay for too long. But I wanted to kind of drop in and talk about like how we manage the community going forward up until this update, because we're all very hyped up and excited right now.
Right.
But there's a long wait in store. But the change or the difference between like where we were just 24 hours ago and where we are today is that now we have a timetable, rough as it may be. We know that the update's coming. We know it's coming this summer. And we know that it's going to be big, which means that we're probably going to get everything change. Everything changes. So now it's like, now we have something to look forward to, but that doesn't mean we stop playing and we just kind of sit down and hunker down and wait for the update, because that'd be boring. And so I think things like the Convergence Con coming up, I think things like that are going to be great for the community in the interim, helping us to like get ready and get excited and enjoy the game that we have now. And hopefully if Xbox comes out before the next update, we can invite and welcome all the new Xbox players. I don't know if that's going to happen before the update or after.
Right. Yeah, so you bring up a good point, just how we handle each ourselves and how we handle the community I think is very important, because we got a long wait. August is, well, that's not a concrete date. That's just what I'm preparing myself for, right?
But even June was like, we were looking at May 1st back in January and thinking that's going to be a long time to wait. And now we're looking, June, maybe July or August. So, the wait's going to be long regardless of when.
Right.
So
yeah, and we've seen what happens when we're waiting for a long time. We get crazy.
Yes.
I mean,
stir crazy.
Yeah. So I think you're right. We got to figure out a way to keep the community positive, and I think the Convergence Con is going to do good for that. So there's a lot of planning involved. We got to make it fun. We got to make it. We can't just get on camera and just say, "Hey, this is a Convergence Con." We got to actually plan it and make it fun, and make it feel like an actual con that people can actually participate in. And I am going to go ahead and state it right here. I've been in contact. It could still fall through, just because I'm dealing with what I feel like is procrastination. But I'm going to go ahead and state what I was told. I am going to be able to give away Atlas passes. And these are official. These are official Atlas passes from Hello Games.
Have you received yours yet, Grover?
No, mine's coming within the package. So they're going to send me quite a few. All right.
That's awesome.
And I'm going to be able to give them away. And but they were supposed to send them to me last week. And then I messaged them back. And they go, "Oh, sorry, we were at the GDC. So we're going to have to send them out this week." And so I've always been afraid to mention it, just because they procrastinate into the void and it just doesn't happen. Right. But as it stands right now, they told me that they're going to be sending them out this week, and I'll be able to do some giveaways on those Atlas passes. Now, I might wait until the Convergence Con, have that create some kind of event. They also asked me if I would like to have some keys, some No Man's Sky keys to give away as well. And I told them yes. So quite possibly be having some of those as well. So those are going to be for the Convergence Con. And, I want to make this fun, really fun.
All right, Cobra, I have to go. My lunch break's almost over. Just wanted to plug my website, the Portal Repository, really quick. With things changing coming up, if people want to preserve a little piece of Atlas Rise's history, feel free to submit your Portal addresses to the Portal Repository, and for posterity. And I look forward to playing the new update with you guys this summer.
Exactly, man. And thank you so much for coming on, dude. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye, bro.
See you, man.
So everybody, look down in the description. You're going to see a link for the Portal Repository. Click that, and you'll be able to go there. It's a really cool website, man. I mean, it really is cool. I mean, you could post your Portal address for it doesn't even have to be your planet or your base. It could just be an amazing planet that you've come across that you've never seen before. Because, yes, some of these things can look kind of same after a while. But I have been on planets that are, it's in my memory. of like, holy crap, I wish I could go back to that planet because I've never seen anything like that again, you know? And so if you post it over there and put the portal address on there, then you could go back to it and other people can visit it as well, or you could put your own base on there, things like that. So it's an awesome website, very intuitive, and it looks great. We got Leonara, thank you so much for the donation. You're a Cobret. If you're not a Cobret, I'm very sorry, but I think so. Enrico Benito says, I believe there are 4,000 passes left. Am I right? I don't know, really. I don't know. Okay, so who did we invite onto the show? Oh, he's trying to call. Guys, I don't know how this is going to go, but he's got GameStop information he wants to kind of tell us about.
Tim.
Taco time.
Taco Tim. I will say in this space that everybody needs to go over to the Patreon and donate to Cobra.
Oh.
No. We're going to need you on a daily basis, Cobra. We need to support you. We're going to need you so bad these next couple of months. So everybody go over to Patreon.
Buy him some RAM.
Give him
yeah, right.
Give him a couple bucks, and by all means, get this man full-time.
We've got the Drunken Taco on the call. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not much. Highly caffeinated. More coffee than my body weight, but I'm good.
Yeah, that's me too, man. It's me too.
I have a crazy little theory, though, and it's surprising considering of what came down at 6 a.m. this morning. Well, I don't know. You haven't checked your Facebook messages since yesterday, I'm assuming, right?
No, probably not. There's a lot of notifications over there, man. If you want to get a hold of me, you got to spam.
True. Well, I sent a picture from work. You remember I mentioned a week or so back that we got a bulk amount of copies of new No Man's Sky for PS4.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday morning, they all went on clearance. Not on sale, but on clearance, which told me that they were wanting to get rid of these copies they've got.
Okay.
Now we've got the announcement of the Xbox One version, and they're telling everybody that current players will be able to get like an update for free of some sort, and then that tells us that future updates will be paid for. I'm starting to think that they're going to get rid of these copies, and they're going to re-release the game as like No Man's Sky Next. When Xbox comes out, the cover art will probably change, say No Man's Sky Next. Maybe even re-release it for PC and PlayStation 4. And everyone who has one of the old copies of No Man's Sky, because as of right now, if you buy vanilla No Man's Sky and don't take the updates, it's still vanilla No Man's Sky without the updates.
Right.
And we're going to get the updates for free, but then re-release the game for all consoles again as No Man's Sky Next. Comes with everything back up to $59.99. It was just odd that it went on clearance yesterday, and then today they make this big announcement.
Yeah, very true.
You know, I actually found an interesting thing at Walmart a couple weeks ago, in fact. Basically, I found a bunch of copies of No Man's Sky on the shelf. I don't know why, but it was in the clearance section as well.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They're liquidating their old copies to make room for this new beautiful game that maybe we may actually get what we saw in the original trailers. I mean, fingers crossed.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This was like a month or two ago. The ARG hasn't started up again, and the whole announcement of Next hasn't gone through, so how do they know that No Man's Sky is updating?
Yeah, but it's Walmart.
They don't. So like I work with a lot of distribution companies for like my clients at work, because they're retail, they're food manufacturers, and it's a distribution force out. So the warehouse essentially just gets a notification to force out whatever SKUs that need to be forced out, and that happens at the executive level. So Walmart and none of those people know. They have no idea why they're putting it on the shelf. It's just they're just executing whatever task has been given to them, and they don't know why. So if 505 is going to be distributing the game for Xbox, and Sean Murray knows that there's going to be this next update coming, and that it might drive up interest, and people may want to start buying more copies of No Man's Sky, then what happens is they have those conversations with the different retail entities and distributors, and then that just gets forced out through the warehouse. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys know the game EA Skate 3, but PewDiePie started making videos on Skate 3, and those videos got super popular, and it created a lot of buzz about Skate 3. And Skate 3 actually had to redistribute copies of the game back into the stores years after it came out. So that all probably was planned out from the beginning. Because I had mentioned before that I'd noticed that at Walmart and like other places that I've been seeing more and more copies of like No Man's Sky appear. And like Tim is saying, they're liquidating out those SKUs. Like they're being asked to push those SKUs out the door, probably for this reason.
Yeah.
And it started months ago.
Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. I think that we may get the update before the re-release for Xbox and such, just so they can put it out there and let the community tell us what glitches there are and whatnot. They can go back and patch those little glitches with small patches here and there. And then by the time of the re-release for Xbox and such, they have a ready game on disc, ready to go.
I don't know. It kind of sounded like it was going to release at the same time on the No Man's Sky blog. 505 Games made it sound like it was going to come before the Xbox would get it before the update, but No Man's Sky blog kind of wrapped them up together. So I see a lot of people in the chat are kind of upset about talking about paid DLCs in the future. And Andy K, or Andy Krychek, or something, somebody said that he donated. So hashtag you, buddy. You are Cobra. I'm sorry I missed it. I got to get my little sound effect on here again. Yeah, it's I'm using a different OBS. But the confusion is laying in why even bother saying that for existing players this update is going to be free. I think that's confusing a lot of people. And I, for one, I love Hello Games. I really love Hello Games. Now they're going to make a crap ton of money selling this on Xbox One. But I want to see them, just like I've said for years, that I wouldn't mind, after the game is where they want it to be, I wouldn't mind seeing them charge for updates if they're not going to come out with another product. Because I want to see Hello Games succeed. I want to see them go forward, because they can't keep doing this for free forever. But, now considering the fact that they're going to be selling this game on Xbox One is going to bring a lot more income for them. So maybe that option isn't there anymore for paid DLC. Maybe they won't need that after the sales for the Xbox One. So I don't know. Is the confusion? It just lies in, this will be free for all existing players. It kind of sounds like something that my cell phone company tells me.
And don't forget that they're expanding their presence in China too through Tencent. So that's a huge market. So they can make a lot of money over there. And I think it's also important to keep in mind concerning the release window, like of summer, like when it comes to like entertainment releases, summer can be the beginning of June, the end of May. So it's not necessarily like, June 21st in the United States is when summer starts, for like farmers. But, most people view May as being part of summer, even though it technically isn't. So I'm not saying it's going to come out in May. I'm just saying, keep an open mind, because the update could drop the week after E3, because games have come out the week after E3 even. So I'm just saying, we should keep an open mind concerning that as well, and not completely get, our mindset on like August 9th. Because remember, the No Man's Sky originally was going to release the week after E3 anyway, the original release date.
I mean,
yeah. Thank you, Golden Silver. Anna K, I'm sorry. Just real quick. NK, thank you so much for the donation, bro. And thank you, Gold and Silver, for the kind words. Hashtag Anarchy TV. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, Panda. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that like I agree with him. Like we've got quite a wide window to work with, but also going back to just DLC for a second, I don't think anybody should care. I don't think that like if No Man's Sky ever did DLC, I don't think they would ever tie it into the progression system of the game. So then it's a non-issue because it would be entirely cosmetic. It would be skins and maybe paint jobs and things like that. I don't think anybody on a wide scale would really even care.
Right. But he did say
that
the blog.
type of DLC.
He did say in the blog for the foreseeable future, the updates will be free.
Yeah.
They also claimed that this new update's going to be bigger than all of the ones out yet. And Atlas Rises added a lot to the game.
Oh my God, Atlas Rises is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can only imagine.
What's left?
Do we have a caller on that read? Let's see, who was it? The caller, John. You read the quote from Sean about the surprises, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, read that again for us real quick, if you can.
It says, this is the last paragraph, last sentence in the article. It says, next has a lot we're going to surprise people with, and I can't wait until we can share more.
So
That's hype.
Yeah,
I'm getting all tingly.
I can't wait either.
I have a question when it comes to the whole where thing, because that's obviously been a hot topic for the past 3 or so days. It's part of the ARG, sure, but why hashtag Elon Musk, which Sean met with way back when for a meeting, and they actually sat down and talked for a long time. So something was talked about back then.
Ooh,
It'll be an Easter egg, and somebody will be watching a black hole, and a Tesla Roadster will come through the black hole.
This whole thing was probably talked about way back then, and now that the concept is out, that's why he hashtagged him. But what is the significance of where?
Well,
I don't know. Hold on, Villamir. Okay, Velmer is saying, why is Polygon's article saying August is when next drops? Can somebody go to that real quick? I'm afraid if I do, my computer's going to shut down.
Guys, I have my follow-up doctor's appointment this morning for my surgery.
Okay, buddy.
But I've got to go, and I have one last thing to say, and that's to the new Xbox One players who will be joining us soon. That's, we've seen things.
Good one, man. All right, buddy. You take care, dude.
You guys too. Have a good day.
All right, bud.
Later.
Can somebody go to the Polygon article and see? Because, Polygon, Kotaku, these guys will leak anything, dude. So it's like, if they're saying August, then chances are you remember the whole Kotaku thing, right? Hey, No Man's Sky is going to be delayed. No, it won't. And Hello Games comes out and says, after 5 million death threats later, yeah, we're going to delay the game.
I can't say they're bad reporters.
I was reading the article of when Sean Murray was talking with Elon Musk, and that day he wanted to talk with Kanye West, Elon Musk, and Steven Spielberg, and he didn't get a chance to talk with Kanye West, but he talked with Steven Spielberg and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is a big proponent of simulation theory, and he's a big believer that theory might be relevant to our existence. And so they could have just been sort of brainstorming when he had that conversation with Elon Musk, and so then to tag him, and this whole thing might just be like to pay homage to Elon Musk and maybe a conversation that they had about simulation theory. And then I find it strange that he sort of releases information about this next update on the day that Ready Player One is available to go watch in theaters, because I think that movie just opened today. And shout out to Andy Krychek. He just tweeted a little earlier, Xbox, their official Twitter, has already sent out a tweet about No Man's Sky Next coming to Xbox. And I retweeted that as well. So the promotion has like already started. Like I have a feeling that very soon we're going to get a release date.
Right.
And
I'm
maybe
on
you
that
can
article.
show this at E3.
I found the article.
Okay.
It's straight. Okay. It says Hello Games is planning a new update for its space exploration game No Man's Sky called Next. It's due to be launched in August. That's what it says.
Is that when the end of summer is, though? When's the end of summer?
August 31st.
August 31st. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense then. That would be safe for them to say that.
But why?
And
are
it's in
they
line
saying
with their
that?
anniversary, 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
How did they know this? If this
Sean Murray probably told them.
maybe
We are being watched.
Transcranial direct current simulation. Cranial. So somebody keeps telling me to look that up on YouTube. I don't know if it's No Man's Sky related. Let's see. So it's just like the device that is being shown on Where, and I guess it's a real device, but not Ware's, but I don't know. Brain zap transcranial direct current stimulation. So I don't know. I'm not gonna entertain the thought that this is this Where thing is actually real.
What if Hello Games actually created through Hello Labs some sort of device like this? I don't want to say that, but imagine.
I know, man. But wouldn't it be cool? Would it be cool?
Imagine that was actually real.
Like the next new huge thing that comes out and takes over the world is done by Sean Murray and Elon Musk.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh,
That's
gosh.
awesome.
Wow.
What
I know
I've been
nobody
thinking
wanted to
about
go
is
there,
it's-
but I wanted to go there.
I've been thinking it could be a third-party VR solution for Xbox because Xbox doesn't currently have one. And if they're going to support, like, let's say PSVR, what better way to launch on Xbox than with like a third-party VR system that like they created for it or something? Yeah.
true.
I mean, they're not in the business of making hardware, but it's just interesting to think about.
Yeah, but the headset has no visual. It's all like placed on your temple.
So based on Polygon, these people, they like, yes, there's bad journalism, but these guys, Kotaku and Polygon, alongside bad journalism, they also have the tendency to accidentally leak and purposely leak because they want to have that date. They want to be the first ones to have that information out there. So I'm going to lean towards my initial thought that we're going to have to wait until August 9th, and that Polygon knows that as well, somehow, some way, and that I'm going to agree with what Polygon's saying. So, okay, so we're in for a long ride, long wait. So we have got to keep our heads together, and we've got to, stay positive and find ways to have fun. And I don't know, man. It's going to be long. We're excited right now, but 2 weeks from now, we're going to be sitting there going, "Where's the update? I want the update. Isn't it summer yet?"
All they need to give us is one picture, and we can feed on that for a whole month or two.
Oh my God! Yeah, just show me a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waking Titan's probably not over. So,
No, well, we have the whole question of like, what is 1.5? Is this 1.5 or like, what's going to happen with 1.4?
right.
Like there's that whole question. Is next 2.0, and we're going to eventually get 1.5 that has nothing to do? Like, there's just so much that could happen.
Yeah.
A lot of these publications that are talking about it right now were not very kind to the game when it came out. And I'm wondering, are they going to be like sort of credible sources and fair to No Man's Sky and this update with regard to how they talk about it?
I think I think they will. I think the IGNs and GameSpots will. The no is just gonna jump on whatever bandwagon gets them the most views.
Yeah,
so,
dude, if they start running their mouth, I swear to God, I'm gonna fry them. I will.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bigger than me. They're bigger than me, but I've got a voice too.
Yeah. And a community behind you.
Yeah, well, because they've been unfair to No Man's Sky ever since. Because when the game was right before it was released, there was some kind of bot that Hello Games had put on there to kind of like stop leaked footage, and it was giving people strikes, and it accidentally gave me a strike, and I couldn't live stream. So I reached out to Hello Games, and they said that they'd fix it for me. So I was really civil. They were amazing, right? And they helped me out, and they got my strike removed. But the no jumped to conclusions and jumped all over them, stating how upset and angry they were that Hello Games would, put a strike on their channel. Them, of all people, they got attacked by Hello Games. It was the most disgusting video I've ever seen. I'm like, hello, it was automatic. Just contact them. They'll fix it.
Right.
Ever since then, they were just attacking No Man's Sky. Like even when players were happy about an update, when the Wisps, they made a video on that stating that, hey, you have multiplayer in No Man's Sky. I wonder how the fans of No Man's Sky feel about that late thing. Oh, yeah. And it's only a wisp. It's only a dot. You're a dot in No Man's Sky. Congratulations, fans. It's like, what the heck, man?
Yeah. I don't even know what to compare them to when it comes to like normal media. Like it's gross. The nose it's gross.
Truth be told, I mean, like, if something exists, there will be a person who practically has no job and sits there on the computer, on the internet, time after time, hating, just posting hate comments, and I just don't get it. Don't they have anything better to do?
Well, I commented on the no one time on a video that they did, and I was like, I find it funny that you're criticizing a game that like was made by a handful of people, like 6 or 10 people or however many it was. And I was like, they put together a game with like 18 quintillion planets. And I said, you guys have probably 30, 40 employees just in your office, and you can't keep my attention for a 5-minute video. And I said, you're garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Hidden Jew Agenda. Are you on the show, dude?
I am, dude. I didn't want to be rude and just come in there. You know what I mean?
My boy.
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's awesome, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the show again. It's been too long.
Yeah, man. Well, man, every time you've been going live recently, I've had to go into work, and I just haven't had time to jump on. But man, what a day today is, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's super excited, man. What do you? I've been asking everybody that's come on the show. What do you think about next? I know it's scary to kind of entertain the thought that maybe this is a major overhaul of No Man's Sky, but if Sean Murray is on some Xbox blog saying that, boy, he's got surprises for us, and he can't wait to show us. I mean, this is a guy who doesn't like hype. He hates hype.
Right.
And
right.
he's on there hyping the game up with some pretty strong wording. So
which I think he's very confident in what he's got right now, because for Sean Murray to come out and even say anything, he has to have his head held high right now on confident of what he's got and what he's about to give us, the next best thing. And when I saw that at 6 o'clock this morning, I was working and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, yes, this is it. I'm just overwhelmed with all the information right now, really, just to be honest with you. Like I'm hoping it's not August, but I mean, I really can see that. Like with what you guys were talking about earlier, I can totally see it happening in August. But I think it's crazy. I'm really glad that the Xbox community is going to get to experience this. I have 2 friends at work that are kind of interested in No Man's Sky, but they don't have a way of playing it, and now they do. So I'm going to try and get them on the hype train as well. But I think it's awesome.
So Daily Apple, what we have here on the show, Orbit TV. And MZK, he's asking why don't they ever come on. I've tried to get MZK on the morning show, but he's been busy with school. As far as the people that come on the show, it's all of you guys that come on the show. So you don't have to be a YouTuber to come on the show. All you got to do is have me on Skype. And this is pretty much the subcaster for you guys. to come on the show to talk about what you're excited about, voice your opinion, and talk about your YouTube channel, anything you want to talk about. It's a talk show for gamers. So,
and thank you, Cobra, for that, man. Like, thank you, really.
No problem, man. No problem at all. It's what I like. You know, I mean, when I first started the Subcasts a long time ago, I didn't think anybody would like them. You know, when I first started, I kind of faked the Subcast in a way. It was pretty much me going, knocking on people's doors saying, hey, you're a fan of No Man's Sky. Do you want to come on and talk about it? And then I'll upload the video. And then people are like, yeah, dude, I'll do that. And they kind of knew who I was, but really didn't. This is back when I had, you know, just like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, you used to have a white mask. I remember watching you back when you had that white mask, man. Like, I've been watching a long time. You have gave me my information for No Man's Sky well before the game came out.
I remember those days.
I've been hanging in there for a while, Cobra.
That's awesome, dude. It's really awesome.
It's really cool to see how well your show has evolved since then too. Like, you have such an awesome channel. Like, it's amazing, bro.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
No
I love
problem.
the kind words, dude. So yeah, I didn't think anybody would like them, and for a while, and then I started doing them live. You know, people wanted to come on, handful of people here. They wanted to come on and they wanted to talk. So we did it live over on Twitch, but then I did it on Twitch and not on YouTube because I didn't think YouTube liked it. So I didn't think Twitch liked it anymore either. So I quit for a little while, and then people were asking for the Subcast to come back. And I'm like, I got to bring this back, man. I got to give the community a voice. So, you know, that's what the Subcast is. It's for anybody that's in the No Man's Sky community or the Cobra TV community that wants a voice. Come on the show. It's open for you guys, and that's what it's here for. And this is my favorite part of the channel, is the Subcast. And I don't know why. I mean, it's fun meeting people.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Cobra.
Yeah, bud.
I wanted to, how do I say this? Talk about some things, because we'd never really had the chance to before.
Is it about the No Man's Sky Con?
Yes.
Okay.
I've sent you some messages on Skype, but I don't think you've been responding.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm inundated in notifications, man. I didn't even know. What? Skype, let me tell you something about Skype. I never check Skype unless I'm live. Never.
Really?
Like, that is the worst platform to message me on. We're going to talk about that.
I don't have Facebook, so that's a big problem right there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have Facebook.
You got Twitter?
Nope. No social media.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, maybe we'll connect on Skype here. I want to introduce a new caller real quick, and then we'll talk about the stuff you want to talk about. Logan, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming on Cobra TV.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, bud, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Just got a new phone, so I'll make sure.
Huh?
I think
just got a new phone.
Apologize. His mic is not working very well.
No?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just muffled.
Okay. I just got a new phone, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay. New phones are supposed to, you might want to take that back, though.
Mine's used. Mine was used.
Oh, it was used.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Dude, it's amazing either way to have you on the show, man. What brings you on today?
I'm just excited for the update. Finally, hopefully getting the overhaul we need.
I want to state that the overhaul is my speculation.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a fact.
I hope that's what it is. I still hope so. I hope you're right.
I do too. But I feel like I am. I mean, I don't know. I know it's going to be big, and I know it's going to be something that we're all going to want. So, Sean Murray's actually telling us that. So, overhaul or not, I am super stoked.
Yeah.
All right, we got some more people. Go ahead, Geeky Pikachu. Go ahead and tell me what you wanted to tell me about the Convergence Con.
Okay, so first off, I wanted to re-clarify about the find a location in the cluster. Are we allowed to be in the Pavlov, I think is what it said, Pavlov section, or do we have to specifically find a base that's outside of that section?
You could be in the Pavlov region, or you could be just outside. If you settle outside of the Pavlov region, in a different region, and claim it under the TCC0x10 tag, then you've just now spread the hub into a different region. So now you made it a multi-region. No, that's good.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's called the cluster.
Good point. Anyway, I wanted to share some ideas because I've quite literally wrote 16 events. Correction, 18 events.
Wow.
But since the entire thing's gonna be in creative, 2 of them are, well, void, I guess, because they won't work. But anyway, I'm sure I told you about the Sentinel pileup event. You know, the one that we find a bunch of Sentinels and try and pile up all those loot.
Right.
So I actually have another one called Gold Rush. Basically, the way it works is you grab your Colossus, and you basically have a set amount of time, and you basically compete against others to mine the most resources. The rules include nothing else in your inventory. You're not allowed to use your exosuit inventory, only the Colossus inventory. You are allowed 1 laser upgrade. So, in other words, you may have the laser, base laser, and the single upgrade. And finally, you're allowed to scan 1 item, 1 resource. Because as many of you should know, if you scan a resource, you actually get more resources from that item or pile, whatever it's called.
That's pretty
cool. So let's say you scan a spike of iron, you actually might end up getting some emerald from it as well.
Right.
A few more include build battles. So build battle, speed build, terrain contest, which I'm sure you can guess is the terrain manipulator. I'm just gonna say this: the 2 that might have worked if it was a normal include survival, like I'm sure you know it, and I'm gonna die, which is also known as extreme survival. Which would only work if you could find an extreme sentinel and extreme hazard planet, which if there's any. A couple more include marathon, like a, let's say, 20k unit marathon, or deep sea exploration, which is the same as marathon but underwater.
Right.
2 more include nomad and roamer races, time attacks for both of them, photo contest, zoology search. So basically, it's a contest to see who can find and upload the most discoveries for zoology. Maze runner, which I'm sure someone else has already suggested. Long jump, which is basically someone builds a high tower with a small ledge, kind of like a swimming pool dive board, except it's much higher and not for swimming. And basically, you're allowed 1 jetpack upgrade. I believe it's the Sigma that the new save comes with, and you basically have to get the longest jump. And finally, cool. Puzzle Fest, which is a system, not system-wide, but multi-system puzzling event where you have to figure out puzzles for, let's say, hex code for a system name and other things such as that. So yeah, those are my ideas.
Those are all great. Definitely great. Me and you're going to have to get together and maybe me, you, and Boyd. Boyd to be a good person to actually help us out with some of that stuff. Great ideas, PS4. Dude.
I'm on PS4. I already sent you a message on PlayStation Network. Don't know if you got it yet.
Oh, that's another place I don't check my messages on.
Can I friend you though?
Huh?
Can I friend you though?
Yeah, you could definitely friend me. See, the thing is, when I use Elgato, I don't want like all those notifications showing up in the video. So I turned all those notifications off, so I don't even realize when I'm getting sent messages or friend requests or anything like that.
Good point.
And a lot of the times, like right now, you probably see me playing a weird game, but it's not me; it's my kids. So,
Gotcha.
Gang Beast.
So
Gang
if it's No
Beast
Man's Sky, it's likely to be you.
Right,
If it's anything
exactly,
else,
yeah.
It's probably not.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're gonna get a couple more calls. We're gonna connect somehow. Maybe I'll check Skype just so that way me and you can have some discourse about some of these ideas.
Also, if it's possible, we could chat up on Discord. If you're up for it.
Yeah, definitely. Another one of those places I don't look at that much.
No wonder.
So I'm always on. I know you're not on these platforms, but I'm always on Facebook and I'm always on Twitter. Those are the two main places that I'm always on. Direct link to my fingertips.
I might end up wanting to get one of those platforms, so I'll let you know if I get it.
Okay, buddy. All right, but I'll try and make sure that I use Skype and look for your comments and everything. Be able to talk to you on there. We're gonna get Andrea here on the call, maybe. Fingers
crossed.
Andrea has.
No.
Oh, nope.
Make up your mind, Andrea.
All right, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying.
That's awesome. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope.
Maybe. 60% chance.
Man, I can't wait to see what this next is actually all about.
Oh yeah.
The first time that actually leak just.
There we go. We got someone.
It's gonna be amazing.
Hello.
And Andrea, how you doing? Andre? I'm sorry.
Call me Andy.
Andy, what's going on, buddy?
Well,
I'm horrible with names, dude. I'm horrible with names. Even when I tell people my real name is Ron, and every time I tell somebody my name, for some reason they end up calling me Rob or Rod, and it's got to be me because everybody doesn't have bad hearing, so it's got to be me. I even mess up my own name. But it's good to have you on the show, dude. What brings you on today?
Well, I'm first of all, greetings from Germany and from Europe. We are also watching you, so big fan. Thank you for the last couple of months supporting No Man's Sky. And yeah, for us here in Europe, especially in Germany, all the players, it's a great day. It was round about 12 o'clock when the news came up here, 12 a.m., and I'm really excited.
I bet you are, man. What do you think next is? Do you think the speculation of calling it an overhaul is a bit too much?
I'm not sure. I'm a bit curious about the VRE letters under the next promotion. I think maybe it is something with VR. A complete overhaul. I'm not sure how capable the engine is that Hello Games created. But I think, well, I hope we will get a lot of more variety in the plants and animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do too. What is interesting to me is that advert that Sean tweeted out today. If you listen real close, you hear these amazing rocket sounds, man, with like echoing. It's like, wait, did Paul Weir just create some awesome sound effect just for the ad, or is this a sound effect that we're going to hear in the game? And if it is, then if that's true and that's sound from the game, then the sound has been overhauled.
Well, I hope.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what's something about the teaser though, that if you notice when you play it, for some reason the X appears. That's the first thing you see, and there's like in the reflection of the X. There's like below the X. There's like this little dot.
Yeah,
and that's the only letter with that.
Yeah.
I wonder what that means.
I don't know. Maybe it's
from what I gathered.
Can you hear me well or what?
Underneath the X.
Clues within clues.
Yeah, who's this?
This is Brandon, long-time watcher. First
Brandon,
time caller.
thank you for coming on the show, dude. It's a pleasure to have you on. And thank you for being a long-time watcher, dude. Is this your first time calling?
Yeah, man, this is my first time calling you in, man.
Awesome, man. Very awesome. It's a pleasure to have you on. What brings you on today?
I appreciate it. Well, it's about the next where it says in the comment about the where next will be free for all existing players, and there seems to be some confusion behind that.
Right.
My understanding about it is that if we already own No Man's Sky, we're going to get the update for free. But they're going to re-release it retail-wise with, it'll say No Man's Sky Next for the Xbox, and they'll probably release for the PS4 and the PC versions as well. There's no reason for us to run out and buy these new versions of it because we already own it.
I see.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So that's why they're kind of pointing it out there. Hey, if you already own it, you don't have to buy it again.
So it's just bad wording. So what they're really trying to say is, guys, you could buy this game and it's free. So it's just bad wording, I think.
Yeah, and like Tim was saying, they're trying to get rid of all their old stock. I think they're trying to get rid of the vanilla version. The shelves.
Oh yeah, my local Walmart and GameStop's both got them going right now for like $25.
Wow. That is
$24.95 or something.
If they're liquidating their stock this early though, that's the interesting part. Because that's pretty early if it's coming out in August, right?
Yeah.
Yes and no. It all depends on how much each of the individual warehouses. For say Walmart, I can only play for Walmart because that's the only company I've worked for. How many they have per stock,
right?
That they've got going. But now, see, I remember when Halo came out. Well, Halo 3 when it came out, right before they did the re-release with the limited edition Xbox. We were liquidating the freaking crap out of the Halo 3 editions. Like they dropped down to like $10-15 at one point.
Wow.
Wow.
And that lasted for almost right up until the release of the limited edition Xbox 360 version of it.
Yeah, and the other day, Cobra, you were saying that you think that the Cobra or the update is finished, and Enos is doing GDC, and they're all kind of laying back. I don't think so.
No, they're still working on it. They're still working on it. It might be like 90-95% complete, but they're still doing a lot of bug checking and trying to get through all that.
Right, do you not think this is the way of them saying hello after we just went through this?
Oh yeah.
This is their way of saying it. This is probably as close as we're gonna get.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. I think this.
I mean, to knock Sean or anything, I understand their silence, but this is about as close as we're gonna
Citizens. What is it? Citizens.
Science Division.
No. The game.
Star Citizen.
Star Citizen. That's their only game. I'm not going to say that this is Hello Games' only game that they're going to work on forever, but from the sounds of the letter, it sounds like they're going to be working on this for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's their baby.
Blows my mind.
We're going to get Joe Danger in No Man's Sky at some point. Everybody knows it.
At least a character model.
I'm playing right now.
We'll see Joe in there. We're going to see Joe in there. We're going to run across
That'd be so cool, man. That really would be cool. But now that we have the name of the update, Next, and we have a little bit of the lore that was brought to us through Waking Titan on the console about how Loop 16 needs help, and that Mercury process was trying to shut Beijing down, and Beijing wouldn't go down. And so I think we could kind of go ahead and start speculating, based on also the Where website, which had multiplayer talk, and a lot of VR talk as well. So what do you guys think could possibly be in this update, waiting so long? Sean Murray saying that he has surprises that he can't wait to show us, and that this is going to be bigger than Atlas Rises, the biggest update so far. So I'm going to put VR. I'm going to put my chips in that I think VR is definitely going to be part of the update.
Yes.
What's that?
I've got nothing against the VR, but God, I hope that's not just a major selling point for this.
No. I don't think so.
No. It's going to be
Xbox don't have VR, so
yeah, it's a side thing. It's not the main purpose. It's just a side thing.
But imagine. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's multiplayer. A lot of multiplayer in a way we cannot even imagine. Maybe with guilds or something, or corporations, we can create something like that on a huge way. I hope so.
I'd love to do a corporation.
I know you guys.
That's what I like about games like Eve.
I know a lot of people don't want this, but what if there's a mode for PvP?
It might.
There will.
Well, especially with all this multiplayer, like that's
optional.
what comes with multiplayer. You know what I mean? I know. Make sure it's optional. Yes, I agree with that.
If you look at
10%,
Hidden, if you look at the description that Sean Murray wrote on the Xbox website, there's a line in there that says, "What kind of player will you be? Will you be a fighter and prey on the weak and like stuff like that?" And then the Where website's talking about like massive multiplayer, like PvP might be a thing. I think that you're going to get to sort of play the game the way, whatever your play style is, and they're going to accommodate a lot of different variations in play style.
Right.
Whatever they bring back the original idea of planets actually rotating around a star, and because you guys just talking about you can be any player. One of the original ideas that they had said is that your ships don't all react the same way they do now. They are all different. So the flight mechanics behind an explorer ship versus a scientist ship, they all react differently in flight.
Right.
Another flight mechanic would be cool for the game. I would enjoy it. I prefer a more realistic flying. So,
me too.
Like Elite, like Elite Dangerous did that for me. I love Elite Dangerous and the way you fly and you have to contact the tower or the space station before you come in. Like I like that aspect of flying. I want more of that type of stuff in No Man's Sky. And if you guys remember, the first time No Man's Sky came out, it was like you had this weird block underneath your ship and you couldn't go down any. Like it would just like be weird. And then I can't remember what update it was in, but they redid the flight mechanics where you could fly a lot lower, and that's when I was like, yes, like finally.
Right, yeah, better. Definitely.
So I hope something like that comes back.
I want to see the auto landing get taken away. I want to land my own ship.
Correct.
I want to see better physics. I want it to be a little bit harder, but not too hard. Maybe not Elite Dangerous hard, but a little bit. I want to. It's hard to explain. I want the ships to feel different from each other a lot.
I get what you're saying, Cobra.
Yeah. But I don't think if the PSVR is part of this update, I do not think that this is going to be just a PSVR update. And somebody said in the chat that would not make this update bigger than Atlas Rises.
No.
So,
that's just going to be something that if you have it, it's going to be really cool for you to have and experience.
It's a bonus.
Yeah,
bonus. Correct.
Here's one I know a lot of people have thought about, but I don't know if anybody agrees that this would be something everybody's requested. Because I know a couple of people. I know my brother's really big into it. Third-person view, being able to see your character in third person and flying in third person.
I want it.
I think we should have definitely.
Yeah.
I don't mind flying in first person. I like doing it in Elite Dangerous, but at times, I'd like to throw it into third person and just be able to fly, see how my ship turns, and all that. But
customizing. I hope.
Oh yes.
So people are saying please not Elite Dangerous hard. No, I'm not saying that hard. I'm saying just a little bit more controls to where I feel like I'm piloting this big bulky trader, and I got to be a little bit careful. And
here we go. Elite
when I land it,
soft. That's what we're going to call it. Elite Dangerous Soft.
Yeah, at least you're just soft. When I land my ship, I want to in the back of my mind be like, okay, I got to put it down careful. I can't put it down too hard. I don't want to damage something because I'm gonna have to go back to the space station and repair my landing gear. You know, just a little bit, just a tad bit, not like really
a bit more
dangerous.
immersion would be great.
Yeah,
Right,
they want
right, exactly.
They wanted to be arcadey, but I think it may be a little bit too arcadey.
One of the
I think
biggest
there should be
selling points of the game is how accessible it is. Anybody, child, woman, man, people who don't play a lot of games and people who do play a lot of games can pick up No Man's Sky and learn it very quickly. And I don't think that should change, and I don't think that they have any interest, honestly, in making it more difficult to fly.
No,
they might give us
option.
more maneuverability or something, but
give us the option. Go under settings and put,
I don't think that people play No Man's Sky because they want a space simulator, because there's already a lot of games out there that do that.
No,
I think people.
I agree, but I think there should be like a tiny bit of medium, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little unbalanced. I think it's too much on the arcade side of things. Like when Atlas Rises first released, though, I noticed the ship combat was closer, I think, in the right direction. Yeah. But like they patched it to where now you kind of slow to a crawl, and the pirates just fly circles around you now. Yeah. I don't like that. Like, yeah,
that needs to be fixed for sure.
Here's one thing that a lot of people. I'm sorry, Cobra. Go ahead.
No, bud. Go ahead. Your guest.
Here's one thing. Number one on my list that I want in this next, literally update, is planet combat. I want to shoot stuff on the planet, and I want to get attacked by pirates on the planet. Like, you attack me in space all the time, but when I land on a planet, nobody seems to care and like want to come attack me still. Like, come on. I want planet combat.
As soon as you hop out of your ship, they just fly away. They do.
Right.
Sometimes they'll follow you onto the planet, but if you land, it's over.
It would be cool to come across maybe like a building that has like you could raid or something. You know what I mean? It like has enemy like protecting some kind of like precious treasure in there that you could go in there and get if you wipe out the enemy.
Strongholds, dude. That would be awesome. Strongholds
and more sentinels.
Yeah, if they player combat or just AI combat on planets, that would be definitely a big surprise.
Yeah, maybe have different weapons that like I can hold more than one gun. You know what I mean? Like maybe I collect I can collect ships, but I can't collect guns. Like what if I wanted to keep the gun that I found that took me months to find, and then I find another one, I have to give this one up instead. Why can't I just loot that one also and just like maybe hold like up to like 3 or 5 guns that like you can collect? You know what I mean?
Right. A tool for mining, a tool for fighting, something like that.
Right.
So I'm not the only one who has an obsession with their rifle that they have.
No.
Dude, I want dual multi-tools, man.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Serious. I want to pull out dual guns, man, and just start blasting away at some.
I have the same rifle I got from day one.
But I want to touch on the multiplayer a little bit. In the PvP topic, I think that if there's going to be PvP, I think that should be a mode all by itself. Yeah. And that's I'm going to tell you, I'm not a wimp. The PvP mode would be where I play. Right, that's where
you have Jeff here too.
Here we go. Hey, Albert, listen to this. I don't know if anybody remembers this. Was what was it? PS2, PS3. I think EverQuest Next was coming out.
Okay, yeah.
All right. First of all, we got the Next coming back in. There's funny for you, but they had sections of because it was an MMO, and the idea behind it. But they had sections of the areas that were classified as PvP.
I see.
And then the rest of it was PvE.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what the most
PvE, like what would you do if they added co-op like missions? Like what type of missions would you do with your friends in No Man's Sky now? Like I can't even fathom that.
Let's see. Well, there'd be I guess
that's
simple
what they're
terms would be like dungeon diving.
What?
Which that would be like caving.
We keep thinking about co-op being added, and we keep thinking about what are we going to do with what we have now. But if they're going to add co-op, they're going to add things for us to do together.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? They can't just add it and say, well, there it is. It's done. Yeah. Have fun with still making up your own mini games.
Wait a minute. Yes, they could. Yes, they could. Just give us co-op. We're fine. We're fine. Give us co-op.
Oh yeah, we would be. Yeah, but I don't think they would be along that thought pattern.
But then we have.
I've always wanted Daytona in space.
They're going to tease something like that with the Wisps, and they've been working on it for a very long time, and they've been working a bunch of stuff to go along with it.
Yeah, that might be part of what's been taking this update so long, because like in that Where website, they're talking about unlimited players being able to do point-to-point connection. So it's like they must have been developing some sort of back-end tech to make the online work in No Man's Sky, and for like just to basically have like almost like an MMO, but it's peer-to-peer. It's weird.
What if it's on like a new engine now? What if we get introduced to a new engine?
Oh, I don't think that would be a tough one, because if it was a new engine, we would have to buy a new game.
Or it's just optimized.
Optimized, yes. We could optimize it, refine the visuals. I mean, the engine they use is actually a pretty good engine overall.
Right.
I mean, the Havoc engine isn't a bad engine.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey guys,
building is more expanded.
I have been drinking way too much coffee this morning. Keep the show running for me. Go ahead, PG. Yeah, keep it PG. Don't get me banned. Don't get me in trouble with the YouTube police.
All right, y'all. As soon as you leave, let's drop the letters.
I also have to go.
Porta potty, and then get more coffee.
Yeah, where's Drunken Taco?
He's gone. He had to go to a doctor's appointment.
I have to go too. So keep on talking, and well, goodbye for now.
Oh man, well, it's a pleasure having you on, dude.
Permanent. Always a later.
Yes, definitely.
We got you, Cobra.
Okay, bud. Okay, guys. I'll be right back.
Now, here's one I've got that got me thinking. All right, now with it coming to Xbox, does anybody remember when Sony's CEO or whatever of marketing stated that No Man's Sky was going to be PlayStation exclusive?
Yeah, but that only takes that. Usually, that only runs about a year.
But now hold on. I agree with that if it was an exclusivity contract. But with Sony backing No Man's Sky right out the gate, like they did, it was Sony investing their money into this game coming out.
Correct.
So what brought on the change?
Well, if I could say something, I do remember somebody a long time ago, I want to say it was like 2014, in a video interview with Sean, asking about Xbox, and he said that he was thinking about it, but there was nothing confirmed right now. Like, there's no talk of that. But he was thinking about it a long time ago, because I remember hearing about that. And now that I'm hearing
I remember
it is a
I do remember him saying that they had tossed about Xbox as well, but
he didn't want to talk about that, but that they did have it in the back of their minds.
Yeah.
So here it is.
It would be a dumb move for them not to.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely not. I think they made the decision to hold off on Xbox, just focus on PlayStation, get all that fixed, and then once they have the product that they're proud of, now they can merge it with whoever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think PlayStation PlayStation has always operated this way, where like they'll back the initial release of a game, right? But I think because No Man's Sky was so controversial at launch, they backed off, because when a game is successful that they back, usually Sony pushes to try to lock it down. So like if future games come out, it's an exclusive. But with this game, they helped out with the like distribution. They published the physical version.
You guys also have to remember that originally Microsoft Xbox originally said they were not going to have anything to do with indie people at all.
Yeah.
They were AAA people. And that's why Sony took off so well with indie. And honestly, guys, is because of that deal with indie. Now, Microsoft shot themselves in the foot and said, no, we're not doing indie. And then I think after a while they decided, oh, well, that was just dumb.
Yeah, but think about how good this update is going to be if it's good enough to go to a whole nother community of console people, dude. Like, this is going to be a nasty update.
Yeah.
For it to go over to Xbox and even like show them No Man's Sky after all this, like, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
Well, Sean Murray, he made his money. He doesn't need Sony to give him money anymore. He doesn't need Sony to publish the game. He doesn't need any of that. And whatever agreements he had with Sony, they're done probably. So he can do whatever he wants, and he's probably, like you guys have been saying, he's probably been wanting to go to Xbox for a while. And then this is just another revenue opportunity for Hello Games as well. Like this is a huge opportunity, and you know that Sean is not going to mess this up this time. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to go down like it did before.
No, absolutely.
Now here's the theory I have going with this. What if the reason we're getting to go to Xbox is Sony using No Man's Sky, and this is a big theory, call this falling into the black hole. This is their test bed to see if cross-platform play could work.
Ooh.
Possibility.
Yeah, but Sony might not let that happen.
Yeah.
Sony would never agree. They still to this day haven't agreed with cross-platforming.
True.
And
Only PC.
There's been a lot of good opportunities for it, but they're stubborn.
Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm saying. All right, now what if we get cross-platform play, PS4 to PC? Now, granted, and then we get, of course, Xbox to PC as well. And that's just a testing ground, and Sean's like, look, we'll take the full brunt of this. Just let us do complete cross-platform play.
Yeah.
Well,
we've never had a studio outright come out and say directly, look, let us do this as a testing bed. We will take the full brunt of everything.
Yeah. What if part of their their online tags, they found some sort of workaround or loophole where they can let us play like cross-platform?
There's been issues popping up all the time about that, where it's coming up.
Because it's easier than it's actually really easy for them to do, apparently, as proven by Epic Games. Who knows? Maybe they'll let up. Who knows?
It'd be really cool if it did happen. I mean, I'd be in shock.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how the Xbox One X will take advantage of its extra processing power, because the
4K,
No Man's
visuals.
Sky looks awesome in PS4 Pro right now.
On a 4K. Yeah, especially on 4K.
Uh-huh.
So, with the HDR and having a wide color gamut and all that, it looks phenomenal. So, the Xbox One X is like almost double the power or whatever it is. That game is going to look sick on Xbox One X.
Oh, yeah.
Sure
What's the price of Xbox One X, and then what's the price of PS?
$499.99 for Xbox and $399.99 for Pro.
Yeah, it's $100 difference.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, it's whether you're going from a PS4 to a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One to an Xbox One X, that the price difference is worth it. It's like buying a sick ass graphics card at 50% off.
So check this out, guys. Check this out. If you go to nomansky.com, all the tabs that they have at the top for their updates, the Foundation update shows a base, okay? Because that's what we got. We got base building and more. The Pathfinder update shows the Exocraft, because we got that and more. The Atlas Rises update shows the Portal. We got that and more. But the No Man's Sky next shows the Atlas, and it's all glitched out.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, man.
So that has got to have something to do with the update.
Yeah, man.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
What if the Atlas has gone crazy?
Yeah.
No, listen to me. I'm not going
It's possible.
All right. We know the Atlas is a sentient AI, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we got that from Waking Titan. What if that's what happens? Is the Atlas feels that we as the travelers are no longer in its best interest?
True. Oh, you're scaring me now.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Hold on. Listen to me. Exactly. With the Atlas feeling that we are no longer in its best interest, portals, we already got portals that are now opening up, which technically gives us the ability to co-op through the Wisp. What if that's the next stage, is because the Atlas is fighting us, we now have to work together to fight the Atlas or something else. And it's physically, it's you, me, John, Jim, and Joe, and we all got to use our ships together in sync to take this down, whatever this is. Or if the Sentinels have, waged war finally on the Atlas.
And hopefully they've grown arms and legs and come running at me.
NGO is saying that he thinks it could be placeholder. I don't know. I doubt it. I I think that's going to be the image that's going to be there for forever for that update.
The Atlas is the most unresolved plot point in No Man's Sky. It's like the one thing we haven't conquered.
Yeah.
Right.
Is we haven't tackled the Atlas.
If we have till August, which is what we're in March, so we have April, May, June, July, August. It's 5 months. That's a long time for the ARG to play out. And we could have potentially tons of information from the ARG and the story and lore. And again, we're going to need Cobra full time. People, put a Patreon and get this man a full-time job.
Coming back to that, is your computer clean? I know you said it was running hot earlier. Is your fans covered in dust at all?
It could probably use a dusting. I dusted it out a few months ago, trying to get it fixed, and I noobishly, actually, it was probably accidentally fixed. I probably didn't do it on purpose, but I just started plugging things back in, and cleaning off the teeth of certain RAM boards and things like that, and putting them back in. And it had crusted milk all over the darn thing from my cat. Oh, no. And yeah, my cat spilled milk on it because I had it underneath the desk, but now it's on top of the desk. But yeah, I did clean it out, but it is dirty. A lot of that.
Make sure you clean your fan blades completely.
Okay, yeah.
A little rubbing
I think it's
alcohol,
time to do it again.
some compressed air.
Yeah, get yourself a thing of canned air.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I think it's time to do that again.
Just don't breathe it, though. It may say canned air, but it's not air you can breathe.
Well, you can breathe it if you want to, have one good happy life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I wonder what that picture means. I don't think it could be placeholder art, but I don't think it is. We're getting a lot of lore about Loop 16 in Waking Titan, the Waking Titan console. And what's really strange is they brought back the story of Herkin now for some reason. I wonder why.
That's confusing.
I think I just figured something out.
What's
When
that?
you just mentioned Herkin now, I was thinking about the one Phoenix. Could Herc and now get resurrected?
Well, the Atlas can pretty much do whatever she wants.
Yeah. So basically, if we combine what I just thought and what someone else thought about the war, the Atlas basically makes its own army against the Sentinels or the Travelers. And yeah, wow. That just got deep.
All right, man, stop huffing that canned air.
Oh my god.
We're going to watch this video and be like, these crazy nuts speculated all the way into the far depths of space, and they didn't. They went so far they can't even come back.
Cobra, there is one plot point in the game that I've been meaning to ask you, over this conversation, and that just reminded me of it. So when you're doing the Viking missions, like inside when you first claim a base and all that, you mentioned, and I think it happens in different instances throughout the game, but you mentioned to a Viking the word 16.
Yeah.
And he freaks out, his head goes down, and he basically has a glitch.
Right.
Like what is that saying exactly? What does that mean in the lore? I haven't quite figured that out. Do you know?
I didn't play the story all the way through because I was scared. Well, there's two reasons. I was playing the story and everyone was like, stop playing the story. We're not going to watch it. You're ruining it. You're spoiling it. So I quit playing the story mode that's one reason. And then the other reason is I quickly started hearing that people were getting transported to different galaxies, and I didn't want to leave Euclid. And now I know that you could kind of either just get your last save or do something different or whatever, but I have not finished the story, so I'm not sure.
I think enough time has passed that you could probably go ahead and play the story.
And this might be a stupid question, but has anyone figured out what happens when you get to the very last galaxy and go to the center? Has that been done before?
Somebody on Twitter, he was at the 255th or 256th galaxy, and when he got to the very last galaxy, his game crashed.
No.
Yeah, because people were messaging me saying, Cobra, you got to message Hello Games, email Hello Games, tell them that this guy's game has crashed. He's at the very last galaxy. We want to see what happens. He wants to see what happens when he goes to the center. So
that's what happens. It crashes.
Yeah, it crashes. You broke the game.
Did it corrupt his save file? Did he like lose his like last save or whatever?
I'm not sure if he was able to recover or not, but I know that several people were messaging me, asking me to email Hello Games. And, you know, when it comes to Hello Games, I don't have that kind of power. You know, I mean, I can message them on Twitter, like that option's available to me, and I have before. And I've asked for like a post-Waking Titan interview, and I listed the questions I would ask, you know, so that way they knew they were walking into. They seen the email, or they seen the tweet, or they seen the message, but they never responded to it. So that's the point where I just said, okay, they were communicating with me, but now they're not. So now I'm just not going to bother them. So
are you getting your prizes directly from Hello Games?
I don't know who they're coming from exactly.
All right.
I know they're either coming from Allison Smith or Hello Games. I just don't know which one.
So it's heavily implied, right, that this next update is gonna have a lot of features that have been requested by us as a community. Ooh. So besides multiplayer, what are the most popular like requested features?
Customizable ships.
Yep, customization all around, all across the board. Character, ships, multi-tool.
Does anyone remember early on they said wear and tear on ships?
What?
Does anyone remember early on they said wear and tear on ships? Like over time?
Oh, wear and tear on the ships.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I really want that. That was such a small little feature that I was really excited for.
Yeah.
I have a question. Because you were talking about Loop 16 before. What, because it's been a while since I've looked into the lore of it, what do we know about Loop 15 and how it ended? And could there be a Loop 17?
Well, it looked like Loop 15 in the lore was referring to the game that we got, and Loop 16 was the new version of the game, even though it was also tied into the lore that was the Atlas or whatever. But they kind of made it seem like Loop 15 was old version of No Man's Sky and Loop 16 was better version of No Man's Sky. And now it looks like Ware is trying to shut down Loop 16.
So could next possibly be Loop 17?
Or it could be Ware.
True. They could be taking over.
Right. Exactly. So, yeah. I mean, I would entertain that thought. Let's see. So people in the chat are saying, want No Man's Sky virtual reality, walking NPCs. Plo says walking NPCs on planets, planetary rotation, sand dune planets, sandworms. Yeah, I think all of that stuff is possible. So somebody asked, what are the major things they're always being asked about what they would, or said what they want. Customization across the board on everything, and multiplayer is another big one, and variation in building. The better building mechanic in the game. Yeah. Those are the ones I see the most.
Mm-hmm. But they specifically said that they have surprises, so it's like stuff that we haven't even been talking about that like we wouldn't even like think of. Because that's happened every time, every update. We've like speculated, and then we come out and we're like, didn't even touch on this.
Right. So Hosan Sohel saying Loop 16 has already been shut down by Ware. Remember, she asked for help. Yes. Yeah, that's right. If you typed in Loop 16 on the Waking Titan console, it actually said help. So that was pretty cool. Oh, Silent 64. Okay, yeah. You know what? We need to start bringing that back. Carpets and curtains.
Carpets and curtains, yes.
Man, I don't even know at this point because every time we get an update, it's just even the greatest of speculation is underestimating.
I know
what's in it. Yeah.
And now we got Sean Murray, the hype hater, hyping up the game on.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you think now, man?
Yeah.
Well, what's really crazy is that Xbox is very much aware of No Man's Sky's PlayStation 4 release, and they seem to be very excited about this game coming to Xbox. So they've seen this. They've seen bits of this update. I don't think that we could be I don't think that we could be excited enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be crazy. I feel like.
Yeah.
No, it is.
I'm telling you what, man. I can't wait to meet all the new people that are going to be coming by. I just hope that they do, man. I hope they call into the show and meet some Xbox people. And I truly mean that, man. And in the comment section, if you see some people, let's welcome them with open arms. Let's not be the toxic community over here and be like, oh, you're an Xbox player. You don't do it right. We do, we're the veterans. I don't want to see no veteran PS4 comments and throwing it in people's faces, because that would just be bad.
I remember the old days.
Yeah.
No, I think this community's awesome enough and very nice people that we will. I mean, I've been looking at the chats earlier, and a lot of people are welcoming Xbox already, and you know what I mean. So I think it's going to be a really cool thing. I think it's going to spike numbers. It's just going to be crazy.
Right. Yeah, Zachary Hunt saying he sees some people saying no guy buy and crap like that. Yeah, you know what? No Man's Sky will never get rid of the negativity that follows it. And the reason why I say that is not because of the way it launched and not because of the No Man's Lie bullcrap that's out there, but it had hate before it was released.
Yeah.
Let's see. The cash influx via Xbox Chinese players is going to be substantial. I agree. And we started talking about paid DLC at the beginning of the show, but now that I think about, the it going on the Chinese version of Steam, and then selling games over there, and then it's also going to be selling Xbox copies. I think they're going to get plenty enough money to be able to sustain their company, even without working on another project, even without charging for DLC.
I mean, China has the largest population in the world.
Yeah, I saw somewhere I saw somewhere that said that China was one of the biggest bases of fans for No Man's Sky.
Yes, this is the second largest.
Second largest. Why?
Wow.
How come we don't see those people?
It's because we don't stream in Mandarin Chinese. I'm going to learn the language just to connect with those guys over there, because
language.
How do you search for those people on the internet?
It's hard because over there, it's a lot of things are just blocked, and they can't really.
There's a lot of restrictions.
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean restrictions?
The government, they can't pretty much access anything to do with Google, so YouTube's out of the question.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what browser?
Their internet is like your company's intranet. They have an autocratic government that monitors that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. They have to. The only way around it is if they have VPN, or if they live in certain cities, I think Hong Kong and Shanghai. But outside of that, yeah.
That's a mission of mine. I want to find these people's streams. I want to connect with them because they're going to school. They learn English as a second language. So we'd definitely be able to communicate with somebody from China. Maybe it's using a different internet browser or something.
It's China.
Because if there's that many people playing, shut up, man. goodness.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Right, so we're probably going to be in the show here. It's like 2.5 hours. I want to see if there's anybody that's still wanting to come on the show. Oh my God, there's too many. We're going to go ahead and get a couple people on the show here real quick, so that way at the end, kind of like a little party bash.
Hey, Cobra.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna sign out for now, but I will be back at around 5 o'clock-ish Eastern time. I'll be on PS4.
Okay, man. I should be awake by then, hopefully.
Awake?
Yeah, I work night shifts, so I sleep during the day like a vampire.
I hear you, Cobra.
Gotcha. Anyway, if you didn't see my friend request that I'll send
Can you guys hear me?
I'll just let you know that my Skype name is the exact same thing as my PSN name, except that
okay,
my
buddy.
PSN has no caps.
All right, I'll definitely look for it, okay?
Thank you.
All right, man. Take care, bud.
Take it easy.
We've got who do we got? We got
Yes,
Hassan, and we've got Devin, and who else do we have on that? Sword?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, guys? We're getting ready to end the show in about maybe 15, 20 minutes, and I wanted to pull a bunch of other people on. I'm getting hypnotized. What is that? Literally, I felt like something was going on with my mind.
Those are just the.
What's going on, guys? What brings you all onto the show?
Not much.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, but we can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay, great. My headphone was on mute. So I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me. Yeah.
This is Hassan?
Yeah, it's me. I've been subscribed to you for quite a long time, but this is my first time coming on your show.
That's very awesome, man. I'm super lucky to have you on. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, man.
What brings you on today, man? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the title? Do you date?
The update,
or,
man. I'm really hyped for the update.
What's got you hyped the most about today's news? About
honestly, I think this update is going to be an overhaul.
I think so too.
Yeah, they've hinted it many times. Like for example, on the Atlas passes, they had this word called Phoenix, right? Phoenix means rebirth, which also means overhaul, I guess.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Cobra, Sean Murray just recently tweeted a picture of a letter that someone had wrote him a while back where they were basically saying it would be great if you could add No Man's Sky to Xbox because they don't have a PlayStation 4 to play it on.
Yeah.
And he tweeted a picture of that letter saying, Alex, I hope you buy a copy. And I just think that that's really cool. Like he's actually talking to the community.
Yeah, I see that. I just saw that tweet. Yeah.
I just saw. Back to the part about China. I've got a friend of mine that lives in China. From my understanding of how it goes, they have certain apps and websites that the Chinese government approves of.
Okay.
They have, I know, for example, everybody knows WhatsApp over here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have their own approved version of WhatsApp over there in China, and they have the same thing with YouTube.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be something, right?
Yeah, it's kind of limited.
And Tencent is the company that usually handles all of the doing the China approved version. So they're a very wealthy company that we see is publishing No Man's Sky over there.
It's actually called WeChat.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to read this. Hold on. Check this out. Dear Sean Murray, Grant Duncan, Ryan Doyle, and David Ream. My name is Alex. I live in Arlington, Virginia, U.S. I am 11 years old. I understand that you four are the creators of Hello Games, and I would like to tell you some things you should change about your well-known game, No Man's Sky. I have been doing some research on that game, and I have found out that it is only on two platforms, are the PlayStation 4 and the Microsoft Windows computer. Now, I am pretty sure that you are thinking that this is just another letter from a kid asking you to add No Man's Sky to Xbox or something. But I believe that I can persuade you guys to add this game to Xbox because it is my dream game. I
Looks
have
like it worked.
I have an iPhone and an Xbox, not anything that I can play No Man's Sky on. So I pleadingly ask you to at least think about adding it to Xbox, please. Oh my God, I love this letter. I love it.
Bottom right corner. Look it back. Why don't we get that picture?
Do you guys think there will be a cross-platform?
I doubt it.
No?
I think so because they actually been with a lot of games. The PlayStation and Xbox been
apparently
having experiment servers. So I don't know when, but I think someday they'll.
Apparently,
they'll
Rocket
have it.
League's getting a proper cross-platform. Rocket League.
Really?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it only happened if like Sony and Microsoft have to be on an even playing field where their consoles are like, as far as like
Well,
success.
it's not Microsoft, it's Sony at this
Yeah,
point.
I know. That's why I'm saying, like, if Microsoft was on top, they'd probably be doing the exact same thing as Sony, like as far as like sales. So it's like they have to be in parity, because if one is doing better than the other, they're gonna say no. They're just like, nah, because they don't have any reason to. But so.
So what's really cool about that letter is Sean Murray must have tucked that letter away. For it must have been somewhere in a safe place, and he knew exactly where to go get it.
Which shows how much they listen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are WeChat and Wii Games related? Are they owned by the same company?
What's that?
WeChat. You guys know of WeChat?
Oh, WeChat?
Yeah. It's apparently similar to WhatsApp. It's a Chinese brand. And I was wondering if it's related to Wii Games, which is getting No Man's Sky soon.
I don't know, but when I was searching for Wii games, I did come across WeChat.
Yeah.
It is.
Might be.
Yeah, it is. They're both published by Tencent.
Man, I was so excited, like, this morning. Like, I mean, I went to bed really late, but I'm like, oh shit, I gotta check out the fucking, excuse my language, but I gotta check out the freaking what's going on with the update. And I was so excited. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it sounds really big. Like the last update was pretty big, so I can't even imagine, how, because they were talking about how every time you change, there's a butterfly effect. So, like the planets are just gonna look completely different.
I mean, they're taking double the time. They're taking 12 months this time compared to the 6 months it took for Atlas Rises. So
I wonder if we'll get our multiple biomes.
That'd be
nice.
Oh my gosh.
If I found a planet that had multiple biomes on one planet, I'd never leave it. I'd have my VR headset on. My wife would never see me again. She'd have to become a Corvax and meet me there.
So do you guys think this is going to be
turn
just
into
for...
a geck?
Yeah, and all you would hear is.
There aren't many Viking fans.
So do you guys think this is going to be just for PSVR or for the Oculus and the Vive for the PC?
I think it'll be for
everything.
Yep.
That sounds really
If
cool.
it's got VR on it, it's probably good. It probably works for it.
There's such a strong emphasis on VR through the wear and what it looks like. The Morpheus, which is what PSVR was originally called. There's just too many things that are pointing towards VR that it's not going to be, like we said before, calm down community. It's just a bonus. I think it's just something they're going to add on. It's not the main feature, but I think it's a bonus, and I definitely think it's going to be part of it.
That's
You know who also met up with Sean before the game came out while he was making Ready Player One? Steven Spielberg. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah. You met
wow.
Elon Musk and Steven Spielberg.
Right, but he was in the process of making Ready Player One. This is like years ago I saw this, and now Ready Player One ironically is out, which is awesome. So I'm
It got pretty good ratings as well.
Wouldn't that be funny if they had a No Man's Sky Easter egg in that movie?
Man, I've been saying that for the longest time. I'm gonna go watch it, and I hope they do.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's pretty awesome.
Imagine you get running.
Yeah, I went to a free screening before it comes out, and man, I just gotta say it was really good. You guys will
Any
love
No
it.
Man's Sky Easter eggs?
Not that I could remember, but I don't know. You look closely. I didn't think about it when I was watching it, but because I didn't know about Sean Murray meeting with Steven Spielberg, but it was a pretty good movie.
Cobra, are you going to see it?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to see it. Well,
Hey,
guys, what's up, buddy?
Hey, y'all were mentioning the different aspects of what may come with this new update, and I haven't heard anybody speak or talk about maybe like having system effects where, like, if you attack freighters or NPC ships, that it increases the conflict level in the systems, or if you hunt pirates, that it decreases the conflict level in the systems. That or affecting the system economy by buying and selling and increasing the trade rates in the space stations.
Doesn't that already happen in the game?
No, your standing increases and decreases.
Yeah.
Like if you move to a system and set up a base in a high conflict level system by hunting pirates, you increase your level with that system race plus lower the conflict level.
I think that Sean Murray always leaves clues behind in updates and stuff like that and patch notes. Like for example, in Atlas Rises, when they changed the way that the map works, one of the biggest points of contention with a lot of people was that, that earlier on they thought that, it wasn't going to be a closed skybox and all this kind of stuff, and they thought that stars would be at the center of their solar systems and that the planets would have orbits and all this kind of stuff. So then all of a sudden in Atlas Rises, now you see that represented on your galactic map. Right. So either Sean Murray is trolling you and laughing at his desk while you sadly look at that diagram and then fly around your skybox, or he's actually improving the system mechanics. And then there's a hint about flying from deep space to a planet surface. So I think that we're going to see a lot of system mechanics and dynamics change.
100%. As soon as Atlas Rises came out and I saw the galactic map and the planets orbiting in there, I said, this is a prelude to them adding that into the game in the next update.
What do you guys think we're going to look like? Because it sounds like, we might get a physical character. You think it's going to be like the Korvax? Are we robotic? Or maybe something different? Or maybe you could customize how we look. I don't know.
I hope it's customizable to the point where, maybe you could push this button and just randomize a procedurally generated character, and you could keep pushing that and pushing it.
Go the Travelers. The Travelers they just added recently in the Atlas Rises. You might look like them.
I'd love to look like them.
Yeah.
And I will say this before I have to leave. I'm on my break. The content and the game is awesome, but what makes me keep coming back to No Man's Sky is the community.
Oh man, yeah.
Just the time y'all guys put into the YouTube videos, the subcasts, subchats, the hubs, it's all amazing. It's friendships that you build and community that you build. And as far as updates, the game is perfect now. I mean, I enjoy playing it on a daily basis. I enjoy watching the YouTube videos. I come into No Man's Sky a little late. I just picked it up in January this year.
Wow.
And and I've got to say, Cobra, the Revenge of the Survivor series was hilarious. I enjoyed every minute of it. But
I'll bring it back. I'm having a difficult time trying to figure out how to bring it back because I left the Revenge of the Survivor character inside Ark, and I don't like him there. So I love Ark. Don't get me wrong. I love Ark. I just don't like the character in Ark. I want him back in No Man's Sky. So I'm trying to figure out how to
send out an SOS. You need to send out an SOS, bro.
You need to open up the dimension, man.
Yeah, I guess I could do something really quick just to get him back in No Man's Sky so I can start making those videos again.
Well, guys, y'all continue the good work. I'll see you on the next channel.
Okay, buddy.
One last thing I wanted to say, Cobra. I know this is a No Man's Sky podcast, but have you seen all the stuff of Identity?
Yes, I have. The trailer, the gameplay trailer and everything.
Yeah, I heard it's the beta is coming out April 21st, I think.
Right. Yeah. I've covered that game in the past, and we did well with that, but something, I don't know, just made me back off of it for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had a weird feeling. And I think it was just because they kept pushing back the town square module, like a simple module they couldn't just release. And I started getting hate in the comments. It's just
so trying not to hype, too much about it. I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are any of you excited for Planet Alpha?
Planet Alpha, yes, I am so much. Planet Alpha,
looks great, right?
There's so many good games coming out, man. Like the biggest one I'm hyped for, and we're at the end of the show, so I want to say this, is Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yes.
100%.
That game's really
good.
Really
Yeah, dude.
cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Cobra.
I also waiting for Agony too. I really want to play that.
Yeah.
Before I go, because I've got to leave. What I was gonna say is, for people that like the No Man's Sky lore and that kind of vibe and like the story, you guys should go to the Ware website to where it shows the partner developers, and look for one that sends you to a game called Elegy, and watch the video that they have for that. That looks like that's going to be a really cool indie game. And, I'm thinking about buying it on Steam. So I would say check that out.
Elegy.
Cobra, thanks for having me on the Subcast. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, buddy. You take care, man. Stay safe and come back.
Yeah. Later,
Will
Panda.
do. Appreciate it.
Later, Panda.
See you.
Later, Hidden.
All right, bye. Okay, guys, we are probably going to shut it down. Wow. To almost 3 hours stream today. Lots to talk about.
Nice.
So if something happens again, we'll be back tonight. If something major happens.
Hopefully a screenshot link.
Oh, yeah. Just a
something.
blade of grass. Just give me a piece of grass for crying out loud, man.
Optimized grass.
Yeah, right.
What bigger dinosaurs would be dope. That'd be so
I know,
cool.
yeah.
Definitely.
Just like in the trailer, the huge dinosaurs in the water. Man, that would be so cool. Yeah.
High definition picture of the new carpet. Oh,
that's right.
Yes.
So we did a lot of
thanks for
hyping.
having us on, man.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure to have you guys on, dude. I'm lucky to have you guys. We've done a lot of hyping today, and we've done a lot of speculating, and I kind of feel like it's safe to do so. But at the end of the day, what are you guys supposed to think this update's going to be?
Complete overhaul.
Complete
Carpets
overhaul.
and curtains.
Carpet.
I guess.
Okay, yeah.
This guy says complete overhaul.
I think it's gonna be the meaning of the universe.
Ooh, why possibly?
Wow.
Yeah. Our government's gonna come out. They're not gonna say. It's gonna be kind of like how they would do if aliens are real. Be like, okay, the actual like No Man's Sky is coming out, and it's gonna be so big.
Yeah.
They're even gonna have the president, come like fly in and play the game live. No, I don't.
Regardless, it's going to be amazing. It'll probably be the next chapter in a very long story that Hello Games has planned out. It's going to be a big chunk of the story, but nonetheless, it's just another part of the story. There'll probably be more after it, which is very exciting.
It's the update for the game to stand alone on its own 2 feet for a while.
Yep.
That's what this is.
Yeah, I really hope it is. I do. I'd hate to see us wanting another update 4 months after August,
Oh, I couldn't see that, no.
I think this update will satisfy everyone's needs. It will stand on its own 2 feet.
I think so. I really do.
Probably July or something like that. I don't know.
Then we can then rather than be desperate for a next update, we'll just sort of be a little excited for what's next.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for calling into the show. It's been a pleasure, and you guys are always welcome to call in and just send me the message one that just tells me that you want to come on the show, and not just wanting to chat during the show. So I look forward to having you guys back on again.
Thank
You
you,
rock.
Cobra.
Thanks, man.
Cool. Thanks.
It was
for having
great.
me.
Great being on your show.
Absolutely. And everybody hit that donate button. Let's get Cobra PSVR.
Support Cobra on Patreon.
Currently, I'm a student, right? Once I
Let's
earn
get
something,
Cobra 1 million likes, yo. 1 million likes.
1 million likes.
For as much as this man does for this community, it's the least we can do.
Yes,
your
sir.
videos are the best, man.
Well, thanks, Aaron. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Everybody in the YouTube chat, thank you so much for coming out to the show. We had a lot of people show up, and I appreciate that. And thank you for watching us over on Twitch and listening to us later on Stitcher. The links for those are down below. We also post articles on CobraTVGNN.com. You got to put the www dot in front of that for some reason. Otherwise, it won't work because it's me. It's Cobra. I did something wrong. So, I guess if something happens, everyone will be back tonight. But I think other than some cool tweets that Sean Murray might do today, I don't think we're going to have too much big news. But I'm definitely going to go over to the Ware site, do a lot more investigation, and check out the Game Panda said Eulogy, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out. All right, guys.
Release some stuff good beyond good and evil too, man.
I will. This Wakey Titan keeps disturbing me.
Play Far Cry 5 in the meantime, man. That game's fun.
Yes, I've been seeing a lot of videos, man, about that.
I've been playing
I'm more
it. It's
interested
fun.
in the Far Cry arcade part.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Cobra.
really
I
fun.
promise you, it's good, bro.
All right.
And one more thing on the blog, they said we'll continue to support No Man's Sky in this way for the foreseeable future, meaning that they'll have free updates even after the next update.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Just like Minecraft, man. It's going to be they'll have lots of updates. It's just going to keep on getting better, you know?
All right, guys. Let's
All right.
let Cobra get off here, guys.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Everybody stay safe.
Go to bed.
Later,
Thank you, buddy. Everybody stay safe out there, okay, guys? Come back alive.
Yep.
See you next time.
All right.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Bye.